And we are live. I'm a little intimidated by today's list of topics. Not It's been like 5 or 6 weeks. It's been a while. People have been busy, which we'll talk about. But hey guys, how's everyone doing?
Nothing.
Hi.
Doing all right.
Yeah, no, I'm the one that's been busy. Absolutely my fault. We can
Oh
blame
no,
me.
I mean Bradley's also been vacationing. We'll talk about that.
It's the summer.
It is the Sumer. But some of these topics will go down pretty fast. Some of them we're gonna yap on for sure. There's some good talking points today, but I can kick us off with our quick stops. I don't think I've started in a little while. Usually pass the buck. What have I been up to? Mine are I got a movie and a couple of games that I've been playing just a little bit to open up the topic for the main game I've been playing a little bit later. Um, which is Death Stranding 2. But before that came out, I was trying out the Liza P DLC. Um, it came out at like a bad time. I was playing something else also at the time, so I couldn't like finish it.
And Nightreign.
I think we were doing a lot of Nightreign and like Monster Hunter and stuff. So I was like, I have no time for it.
Mm.
Oh, and Expedition 33 was actually the main game I was playing. But this DLC is really good. I still got a ways to go. If I had to guess, I'm like a third or a fourth in. But I think it has 6 major bosses, and I've only fought 2, I think. But that one was like probably the best boss fight in the game, period. Now for me, and that's a promising start. I think boss design is something I complained about in the original Liza P, and I don't know if that's gonna be an issue for this DLC. I think they've learned some of their lessons a little bit, and I'm kind of kicking ass. My build kind of came together at the end of that game, and I'm doing not New Game Plus. No, yeah, it is New Game Plus. So like I have all of that stuff still saved. It's gone well. So far the DLC is really good. I'm excited to play more, but I think it's gonna be a little while before I can because, like even after Death Stranding, I really got to do Undertale soon, and a game came out yesterday that I also want to be checking out, which is Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Oh my god, I'm so jealous you have the Switch 2 right now because that game looks so hot.
This is the second ever Switch 2 game to come out, and it might be the best Switch 2 game. I've only gotten to do one world. I did it last night before bed. Little thing about the Switch 2 I really like, it's a lot more fun to play handheld than the Switch 1 because the screen is just so much bigger that like I'm very much enjoying the handheld experience way more. I play my Steam Deck handheld a lot. I don't play my Switch handheld very often. It's mostly docked. So I was playing pretty much handheld the entire time yesterday, and it was
Oh my god. And you know what? Speaking of playing handheld, I want to ask you about this because whenever they first unveiled the Switch 2 Joy-Cons, I saw a lot of people online hating about like the way that they kind of dock into the Switch because they're like, "Oh, it doesn't look like it's secure or anything." I thought it looked fine. How does
no,
it feel?
that shit is grip tight, brother. Like it is in
That's
there.
the thing. I
And
saw these people who were like, "Oh, I don't know, it looks like it would break off or something," and I was like, "To me, it looks like it's more in there than the Switch 1 was."
I'll also add that putting it in feels real good.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I took it over to Trevor and Ashland so that because they wanted to play around with it, and like I was just like, hey, put it in real quick, and they were like, oh yeah, that feels good.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, it's give it a try if you ever have a Switch 2 near you. If I run into you and I have one, I will let you try it out yourself. As for DK Bonanza, it is a platformer made by a lot of the team that made Odyssey, from what I understand, and it definitely is giving the Odyssey vibes. In my mind, I'm already like seeing like, okay, how is this gonna stack up to Odyssey and Astrobot, which are like 2 of my favorite 3D platformers of recent years, if ever. And so far, I think like in level design and like gimmicks and maybe even like some of the visuals, I'll give it to like Astrobot and Odyssey, because and movement also like Odyssey wins, but DK has a pretty good movement, better than Astrobot, but not as good as Odyssey. And I think where it's like behind the other two is in level design a little bit so far, there's a lot of like, go here, talk to this person real quick, and then explore a little bit. And like, I wish they would just kind of let me free a little bit more. And I'm not one to complain about having to go talk to people in games, but this is they're stopping me like a little more often than I expected. And the levels are pretty open, and you're supposed to go find a couple bananas in each level. There's like a skill tree, so I'm sure like, especially in the movement category, a lot of this is going to improve over time as well. But what this game has is the X factor of like being a power fantasy that the other two don't. Because DK, he's got like weight to him. When he rolls, he like knocks away enemies. Like even his movement options have like momentum to it. You can just punch the shit out of everything. Like almost all the terrain is breakable. And hitting enemies also feels really good. So there's a lot more focus on combat already. And like each just picking up stones out of the ground and smacking enemies with it and throwing it and just punching the shit out of people. You got Pauline on your shoulder and she sings and it puts you into a super mode. So I'm really excited to keep playing more. But again, I've only finished like the first major world. I don't even know if it's a major world. The first subterranean level. I fought like one big boss so far, basically.
Dude, when it comes to 2D and 3D platformers, I always feel like the big challenge is like, this is just such an ancient genre of game. I'm like, how do you keep it fresh? You know what I mean? But the first time I saw that trailer and he was punching through the terrain, I was like, oh my god, that looks so cool.
There it is. Yeah, it feels really good. And like, there's a bunch of gold for you to collect all over the place. And it recharges like your super meter and like you use it as currency. So like, you always have an incentive to go ham and go bananas to just beat everything up, which I think is a good design decision on their part.
The music in the trailers that I've seen so far, and like there were like the music was already good in the trailers, but then I saw this like one review come up, and I'm like, they're playing this music the whole time in the background, and it's from the game. I'm like, this music is bananas. Bananas.
I actually had the thought last night that I was a little underwhelmed by the music. But again, pretty early on, we'll have to see, and I'll have to like keep an ear out for these big jams. The trailer music was really good. I remember that, but I don't think anything has matched that so far. But we'll see. Still, like, I only got to play like less than an hour last night. Just busted through it. Feels really good so far. And you know that Switch 2 investment is coming in clutch right now. I get to rub it in Bradley's face that I'm playing
dude,
basically a new Mario game. It's got that vibe. I've also played a little bit of the world famous Uma Musume game. That is the gacha where you race horse girls. Everyone's talking about it. Everyone's playing it, and I'm just coming on here to say that it's pretty fun.
This was such an interesting concept.
It's wild. I think the most interesting part of it for me is that you're not pulling for characters in this gacha. You're pulling for, like, a base recipe of a character that you then have to put into a career mode that's basically like a roguelike, like, randomized, like, improve your stats, train this and train that, and, like, set a schedule kind of mode. Kind of feels like what I believe Tokimeki Memorial is like, which is a game that I've never played but watched very long videos on. It has that management vibe. And then the races themselves have like really cool camera angles, and it just feels like you're watching what I imagine the anime looks like with the way that the races play out. So pretty impressive actually for what it is.
Is the announcer AI generated, do you think? Or
no, it's just people reading out lines and then it just stitches the lines together. So it goes like, Gold Ship has taken first, and here next is Uruharaha or whatever. Like it's the same thing that like NFL Madden announcers do, where they just like stitch lines together. Pretty tried and true. And then I watched Jurassic World Rebirth, which I know Joe also watched. Joe, what were your thoughts on this movie?
I mean, you know, it's whatever. It's just a modern Jurassic Park movie. I'm glad that the Rancor from Star Wars Episode 6 got additional work. I know he's really old now.
I did not like that thing's design at all. That shit was ass.
It seems like they don't care about telling a story anymore. They're just like, yeah, dinosaurs. Seems like they've taken the seems like they've really taken the Godzilla route on some Godzillas.
Yeah,
I mean, there's only so many
Like
dinosaurs.
Godzilla versus
You're gonna run out.
Kong, you know what I mean, Joe?
I actually had the thought that they were trying a little bit more to actually tell a story this time. Like characters have seen like moments where they talk about their backstories and like character arcs and whatnot. I actually think and I remember me and Joe watched the previous one, not together, but we were both like, that was kind of fun. Like these are fun family movies. You're not supposed to think too much about them, in my opinion. So I don't treat them as harshly as others. But I do think the previous movie had better action set pieces and like thrilling set pieces. I don't know if you agree, Joe.
I think so, yeah. They're a lot more. This one feels a lot more closer to like Lost World or Jurassic Park 3, I think, which I kind of like the vibe of.
I like Jurassic World Park 3 personally.
Yeah, like it's just like there's a. I don't know, it never kind of. It's the problem is this. There is never any attention to any Jurassic Park movies when you realize that anyone that's an actual like decent human being will not die in those movies. That's like the big thing.
It's about the thrillingness of the red shirts and how they'll go down. You know.
Yeah, and like I also do think like there's some good like there's some intense moments. Like there are definitely moments in that movie where I'm like, that's making my stomach hurt. Like just because of way some things happened or like a person goes out.
For me, it's the T-Rex scene. I was just like, what are we doing? Get out of here! Like I was cringing on that one.
At the same time, like that's kind of part of the fun. Is like, oh my god, I can't believe this is happening.
No, it's a good cringe for sure. That scene made me feel like a wincing and like I can't wait for them to get out of this scenario because it's very uncomfortable right now.
Yes, yeah. So I like that aspect of it, but like it's just I don't fuck like it's just it's the popcorn movie. Like I walked into it, I was like, I'm just here to like relax and just kind of go to because I have the Alamo pass. I just I just want to go to Alamo and just have a okay time.
Yeah, I'm just here for the zip line. You know? It was a good time.
Yeah.
But like I think the last movie had that one scene where like Bryce Dallas Howard like lands into a forest and then she has to like slowly crawl into the water to escape like this almost blind dinosaur. I was like nothing in this movie had that level of like that level of intensity for me, which was a bummer. But it is more of a story than the more recent one, so it's got that going for it. All right.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna kick it over to Bradley.
Yeah, so I took like a giant 2-week vacation from work because holy shit, I was over it, which was fun because every few years me and my family do like this gigantic week-long family reunion where we have everybody from all over the country, which was really cool. We went to Pensacola, Florida, and we rented a beach house for like 4 or 5 days. So that was awesome. And then we road tripped from there to Louisiana, which is where we actually usually have the family reunion. And then we kept the party going. So I was out of the state for like over a week. And then I got back, and oh my God, I didn't want to do anything. I was so tired, and I was like, I'm gonna have to go to work next week. But Deltarune Chapter 3 and 4 dropped. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just restart from the beginning. So that's currently what I'm doing, and so we'll probably talk about that next time.
Yes, I would love to be able to do Deltarune by next podcast. That would be great. I need to set that as a goal for myself.
And like, I wasn't even sure if I wanted to play 3 and 4 right now, because I think in the long run there's eventually going to be 7 chapters, and I'm like, am I just going to end up replaying these in the future? But I was like, I don't know. It seems like people really like them, so
I've heard really good things about 3 and 4, so I don't know. I'm already kind of on the Deltarune is better than Undertale train. It's a bit of a hot take, I know, but I think it is doing more interesting things with the format. But we'll have to see how 3 and 4 add to that.
And that's where my brother's at too. My brother played it, and he was like, "Oh my god, you have to play it right now." So
it's just funny because like everyone I know played Undertale, and then no one checks out Deltarune. I'm like, okay,
that's what I'm fucking saying.
You guys
think it would be more popular.
You guys are missing out. That's all I'm saying.
So that's pretty cool. As far as like media, I did get to consume. We were very excited to go watch the How to Train Your Dragon live action, which they took a really bold strategy with this movie that Disney hasn't tried doing, which is like all the DreamWorks guys were sitting around in the boardroom and they're like, okay guys, Disney keeps spending hundreds of millions of dollars on these movies with all their CGI, and then the movies are flopping because they're not, I don't know, they're just totally deviating from the story. So the guys in the DreamWorks boardroom are like, what we're gonna do is we have a movie people already like. That's the hard part, is making a movie people like. We're just gonna make that movie again, but in live action. And you know what? It fucking worked out. Like, everyone I know who watched this movie fucking loved it.
Really?
Like, it's not literally 100% shot for shot, but it's got to be like 90 fucking percent. It's the movie, but in live action. And you know what? It was probably cheaper to make than the Disney movies, because kind of like the One Piece live action, a shitload of these sets, they actually built them.
Nice.
So I don't know, it just looks good. It was probably cheaper to make. I haven't seen anybody walk out of it like they did with Lilo and Stitch going, what the fuck did they do to my favorite movie? So if you like How to Train Your Dragon, I highly recommend it. I imagine they're probably going to adapt the other ones too, because this one I think did well.
Wasn't there news that they were gonna stop doing live actions? Is this success, or no? This is DreamWorks then, right? So it's not like okay. But does it not beg the question, Bradley? If it's that close to the original source, why? They just so they could double dip on your money? Like, it's
money.
I think money's the answer, because I asked myself that too, because it's like, you could just go watch the original, right? But I guess there is kind of an appeal to seeing it like in this high fidelity. Like, I mean, you don't get more high fidelity in the real life, so there is an appeal there. And I don't know, it doesn't have to literally be the same movie, beat for beat, dialogue for dialogue, scene for scene, but you can't do what Lilo and Stitch did.
And like, Mulan and Aladdin, where they just change like huge parts of the movie. Yeah, I'm a bit of a stickler for adaptations. A lot of people say, okay, if it's an adaptation, it should be like a fresh take on the story. Every time that happens, it's almost never good. So I'm definitely on the train that, like, I do want it to be close to the source material. I think for me, it's more of like an animated movie is not that far from a live action movie. So to me, I'm like less excited. But if it's like a book to a movie or a game to a movie, I get a little bit more excited if it can follow the original storyline, which they never do, because then like that's such a different medium that you really can do different things to the story as a result. So, and I guess with live action, it's like you get a little bit more, like you get to appreciate the sets. It seems like that's a big part. If it was CG sets, I bet this would be like a lot less fun of a movie.
Yeah, there's something to that with adaptations going from cartoons to live action, because I know other things have had to tackle this before, where I think like One Piece live action, they had to change Sanji's character a little bit just because they're like, people already get annoyed with the gag in the cartoon, but sometimes it's funny. But they're like, doing those same gags with the same dialogue in live action
just won't work.
It doesn't feel funny like it does in the cartoon. It just feels weird and creepy. And I think the same thing happened with Sokka and Avatar: The Last Airbender. A lot of people were kind of mad that they toned down Sokka's sexism and blah blah blah. But I think the actor was saying, like, whenever Sokka acts that way in the cartoon, it's very clear that, it's funny because he's so stupid and set in his ways. But whenever they translated it to live action, they were like, it just doesn't feel that way. And so those are changes going from cartoon to live action where I'm like, okay, I feel like that's like a good, you're very conscious of the medium you're working in. That's a good change. But then like you look at Lilo and Stitch and I'm like, Stitch's, They took out this entire ugly duckling character arc for Stitch, which is like the core of the movie. It's this whole, he doesn't belong because he's weird and he found a family that's like him. That's just not in the Lilo and Stitch adaptation. But that's the core of Stitch's character, and if you don't replace it with an equally good core, you just gutted the movie, and that's what they did.
You had one job.
I think they failed multiple jobs, from what I heard.
They failed multiple jobs. So How to Train Your Dragon live action was good.
Nice.
DreamWorks is always good at seeing where Disney is fucking up
Yeah.
and going, hey, what if we just didn't do that and made a bunch of money instead?
That's what I'm fucking saying.
I talked with Bradley about this. I was like, you gotta think too. They only made half of a movie with How to Train Your Dragon live action because half the movie is toothless, and it's just like, oh, what are they gonna do? Up-res the textures? They're not gonna fucking reanimate those scenes. They're just gonna take those exact models and like character and animations and just put it over a green screen or the set or something, you know?
What? Wait, they use the same anims for toothless? Because that actually,
why wouldn't you?
that would be smart. That would be very efficient.
Dude, the side by side of comparing the quote unquote live action Toothless with the original, it looks pretty much the fucking same. And also, like, the casting in this movie was crazy. The main dude who plays Hiccup, I can't think of anyone who would have looked more like him. It's so good.
Nice. See, that's where like no matter what, a good adaptation is like, well, the casting's fun, the acting is like interesting to see, the sets are cool. So like that's when, above all else, like it can work out. So it seems like they got there.
Yeah, I highly recommend for all the DreamWorks boys and girls out there.
That is Bradley's
you
final.
excited for the newest Shrek movie, Bradley?
Oh my god, they announced like a Shrek 5 or some shit, didn't they?
Yeah.
I forgot.
I think the last Puss in Boots movie, The Last Wish, I think that was their like final ditch before they shut down as a studio. And they're like, our last wish is to make another Shrek movie off of enough money from this movie.
Real Final Fantasy style story, you know.
No, you know what though? I wasn't like crazy about Shrek. Everyone loves Shrek 1 and 2. Like, come on. But I was never big about Shrek 3, so I never even bothered watching Shrek 4 because I'm like, oh well, like if that one wasn't good, this one's only gonna be worse, right? A year or two ago, I watched Shrek 4, laughed my ass off. Like it was actually pretty fucking good.
Nice. But yeah, that's Bradley's final words in this podcast. Everyone say bye to Bradley, because that's unfortunately all he's been able to do like this month. He's been super busy.
But you guys have been up to a lot, so I want to hear about it.
Yeah,
Bye, Bradley.
Chime in where possible.
I might have been stupid. I saw you play Silent Hill a little bit a few weeks ago.
Ah, yes, the check-in. I guess I can talk a little bit about Silent Hill. I feel like we're getting pretty close to the end. In this game, like every session I do, the shit just gets scarier and scarier. I got past the prison section.
Okay.
Which I think this game is fantastic. I think the only core problem I have with it is it's so easy to miss like really important stuff, like maybe a key on the ground or like the prison is pitch black, and so it took me forever to find the one wall with cracks in it that I can break and go through.
Yeah.
So we did eventually reach the point where we're like, if we're stuck on a particular puzzle for more than like 5 minutes, we'll look up a hint or something.
Yeah.
And that got us to make way more progress. So we got to the labyrinth, which is like, it's kind of wild. Not like in a bad way, but like setting wise, like this town is so nebulous, and it's unclear whether other people are even seeing the same things we are, or if we're even in the real world. And so the labyrinth is like the epitome of that so far. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. So the jail is like was the part of the game where I was just like, I don't want to play this game anymore. Like I'm loving it, but I just don't want to play this game ever again. It was the moment when I walked out into the prison yard, and that shit is pitch black.
Oh my god.
And there's like no walls, there's nothing, and there's just whatever sound is coming out from out there. I'm like, I do not want to be here. And then eventually you make a loop around the prison, you're like, I have to go out there, don't I? And you're just wandering around this like pitch black void, essentially. And I was not having it. We'll just say. But that section is great, horror wise. It's so good. But cool. I just wanted to you have a few more sections to go, but you are closer to the end than you were before.
Oh yeah, like the vibe I've gotten is that like, because like the jail honestly is not that long of a section. I think the meatiest section of the game was probably the hospital.
Yes, that's for obvious reasons. I feel.
Yeah.
But yeah, cool. I just want to check because I remember like you seeing you do that, but I hadn't heard anything. Okay, that's all I wanted to chime in on.
Joe, since you're such a chimey boy, actually,
I am
yeah, we'll do you.
cool. Let me bring up my list. Boop, boop. Hold on, it's on here somewhere. Okay. All right, I had a double feature at my house for no reason other than just kind of sitting around doing nothing. I watched the movie Storks, a Tyler Padgett classic.
This movie is goated.
No, it's
This movie is crazy, but it's also really good.
it is good.
It's like-
Oh.
It's like good and what the fuck am I watching kind of a way thing. Like, what broke me, Tyler, was the wolf scene.
The wolves are the best part. They
It was-
really break you mentally.
Yeah, and it was just like it was at that point where I would understand what movie I'm actually watching. It's just like watching a Hanna-Barbera cartoon, like at full blast. It's just a bunch of cartoon nonsense happening all the time, but it's got that charm to it, and that's what I think makes it really fun.
Pause.
So sorry about that. We took a little bit of pause. As you can tell, Joe's running into some internet issues today, and I don't think we have a solution. So, dear listener, just skip the Joe topics, and then when we talk about Death Stranding and Superman, just try to selectively listen to my voice. All right, should be easy.
Next week. Anyways, I'll just run through these real quickly then. Let's see. Where's the schedule? Good. Storks, funny movie. Very, very silly. John Wick Chapter 4, first half was okay. Second half, I really liked.
Yeah, how about that staircase scene?
That's a great scene. Monster Hunter 1 Solid Day 2, like Gyarakus, great monster. Ceregios, great monster. Great outfits. Loving it. I've been playing a lot of Marvel Rivals, playing a lot of Emma Frost and Phoenix, who just came out. Emma Frost is very fun.
Yeah, what got you on the Marvel Rivals, Joe?
I just wanted to play.
Emma Frost.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that too.
This is
It
a
was one
simple
of my favorite X-Men.
Yeah.
Okay, you have been doing the Marvel board game tabletop too.
Yeah.
So is it like it's just like it's a nice vacuum, I think, probably.
The other thing is that I wasn't able to get it finished in time because it turned out to be longer than expected. I am reading a comic line for Marvel right now, and so I've just been reading a lot of it, and so coupled with the Marvel stuff as well. So it's all brain integration. Me falling into that trap. That Marvel line's very good, by the way. I'll talk about it next time.
And let me squeeze a little bit more out of you. I appreciate the brevity, but okay, one question. I also like the John Wick fire shotgun scene? Now that you know the one, right?
Yeah.
That seems rad.
The twin stick shooter.
Yeah. It has the top view.
Hotline Miami.
What?
Hotline Miami.
Yes, Hotline Miami vibes for sure. As for I've also been playing Title Update 2 for Monster Hunter Wilds, and this one's great. They're adding more monsters per title update.
Yeah.
And again, I just don't think we have the same issues with this game that anyone else does on every front. All of us are on PlayStation, so we're not running into the PC issues, and all of us are cool with putting the game down. Because I was talking to Gus, my good family friend, the other day, who's been playing Monster Hunter with me for years. When World was coming out, we would also get the title update, play a bunch, and then wait. I feel like people are forgetting that how these games work a little bit.
We had this exact same complaint came up where it was like there's not enough content and I'm just grinding
for decos. Shit. Yeah, in World you have to grind for attack decos for hours.
Yeah, and me would be like, oh, let's fucking just step away for a little bit and come back later, and we had a great time doing that. Granted, I don't know.
At least the game worked for everyone back then, so it had that going for it. But so I do feel for that. But again, it's just not a problem that we run into, and I'm aware of our privilege in that sense, but it is what it is.
And also, Title Update 3 is coming out sooner. I definitely like that Title Update 1 was like, we need to actually like finish the rest of the game kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Whereas like Kitsune was supposed to be that other monster, but got cut for whatever reason, or got moved. So I think like the updates will come a little bit quicker, and they'll have like 2 or 3 monsters in each of them this time around.
Yeah, both Arch-Tempered Uthduna and Title Update 3 are coming faster than we expected.
Yeah.
Especially Uthduna. That's like next week. That's exciting.
It is. It's great. I'll be coming back from my trip.
Oh, yeah.
It should
Oh,
be
yeah.
fun.
Joe's going to go on a work trip to where again?
It's Arizona.
Arizona. Cool.
We're doing like a hackathon for some of our core developers so they can get some stuff down, and they're like isolated so that we're not getting like bombarded by like requests. So it'll be a fun time. All my room's being paid for. I've seen my hotel. Crazy expensive. Like holy shit.
I had a work trip. I take them sometimes, particularly to the West Coast, and those hotel prices they pay for are ridiculous. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
When I went to Spain on a work trip, the Jesus Christ, they spent so much to fly me out there and just room me.
Yeah,
you're lost.
We're also going to the Astros game there because they're playing against the Diamondbacks.
Oh, nice.
Over there, so that's gonna be fun. But yeah.
The actual fastest quick stop of all time.
Joe, when are you doing your work trip?
Monday.
Oh, nice. I think I might be going on the following Monday.
That's hilarious. Arizona.
Sorry, 2 weeks later. I can't talk about it more yet. I forget we're talking to the public here at some time.
We can't.
Just, sharing with you all.
I'm like, okay, can you break your NDA on podcast real quick for us, or what?
Yeah.
No, I can't.
No, I won't do that actually. All right, and then that's actually all the quick stops. What the fuck? What is this?
Wait, I didn't go.
Ah, damn it. Okay, go, Tyler.
You almost got me.
I was trying to reboot my shit. You didn't let Tyler go.
Oh
Yeah,
shit,
we
we should have let Tyler go.
Yeah,
but then you wouldn't get to hear us yet, buddy.
Okay, so
Uh,
I moved recently, so that's why I've been kind of gone for like 6 weeks probably. We took like no time off to move, so we've been doing it on weekends and in our spare time. But we are probably 85% moved in now. Like we have our kitchen set up, the office, the living room. The only thing kind of left over is like my personal office because I think I'm gonna like shift it around some. So we'll see how that ends up going. Oh yeah. So I have like I'm gonna be pretty stale actually. I've started replaying ZZZ again because it was the 2.0 anniversary update. Got my S rank character and weapon. Got another S rank weapon, and I've been just grinding away, leveling up my characters and shit. Vibing, gooning, ZZZ shit.
That is the quintessential ZZZ experience.
Yeah. I've been playing Elden Ring Nightreign still. I'll probably do like 1 or 2 a day. I'm still having a great time. I've got a few friends now who haven't beaten the game. Some that are kind of a little like not as experienced at Elden Ring. Like I'm playing with one of my friends. Elden Ring was his first Dark Souls game. So now that he's playing Nightreign with us, it's just a jolly, cooperative, hilarious time. I'm still learning new mechanics about the game too, which is wild at almost 100 hours in.
What did you learn recently? Oh my god, you have 100 hours.
Passives do stack. I learned that recently.
Speaking that was the case.
Yeah.
So
Well,
like,
It
I just kept doing that.
Yeah.
depends on the
I'm
game,
glad.
Like I've played games where like in roguelikes like passives like that don't stack,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was under the
So-
assumption they did, so I'm just
Sorry.
glad.
The same passive stack. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if 2 of them say, increase magic attack by 8%. Like
Yeah.
I didn't
think that
automatically
is-
assume that those stacked.
I think that'd be the case because you get multiple of those passive ups sometimes. So it's like there wouldn't be a reason for me to not take this if they didn't stack or guess. Like basically, like why would they keep offering this? Why would you program it that way? That would just be bad design. I
Because
know.
that's called random chance. That's the game.
That's not designed in like a passive. Like, why would you give a passive that like can't get stacked?
Because some games have done it.
Yeah.
It's there's not, the thing with this game is that there's actually not that many passives, so I just assume that they stack because of that, because it's like, well, the pool is too small for them not to. That was my assumption.
Yeah. I assume they didn't, so it's cool to see that they do.
This is why Tyler wasn't doing any damage.
Yeah, sure.
I just want to say that I played one with Tyler recently, and I continue to just be the good luck charm of the group because.
Oh yeah, no, Joe has like a 65% win rate in this game.
Crazy.
And I've beat like most of the bosses. I only have 14 runs.
Yeah,
he just walks in and wins.
Yeah, no, he's done 14 runs and he's gotten like 8 victories.
Yeah, I apparently picked up a stat that literally had the 2 best spells of the game on the last run.
Dude, he has the ultimate meteor spell and Comet Azure on the same staff.
Damn.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Okay, now he did get screwed over though, where he ended day 1 at level 4. So that was the caveat.
He got killed. I forget by what. Like those 2 knights that are in the castle.
Yeah,
and
we were fighting Crucible Knights. You got the bad spawn, and
then, and I got spawned in the corner of like a castle, and the fire was coming in. I literally could not run around the castle fast enough to like get out of the fire and died again. So I lost all my souls.
You know the troll versions of the Castle Willer that like we know they're bad.
Yeah, the one like we don't fuck with the trolls.
They drop the upgrades though, so it's kind of like, do you go for the upgrades? Do you go for the boss on top? You know, I saw a video today, and the trolls give like 80,000 souls for or runes for beating him.
Damn.
The Crucible Knights give 300,000.
Wow, that is so much better.
That is so much different.
That's like if you kill them all, right? No, not per.
Yeah, if you kill them all, if you clear the castle.
That is infinitely, because they're infinitely more fightable, and like yeah, I don't know, but they don't all like. I think every troll basically drops an upgrade, right? So that's the trade-off.
Well, there's only 4, but there's 4 Crucible Knights that drop upgrades too. So it's like you're still walking out of there with the upgrade.
That's
you're just not walking out of there with the runes.
That's so lopsided.
Yeah, completely. There's some cool mechanics that I've unlocked by defeating the Arch-Tempered monsters. So when you beat an Arch-Tempered hunt.
That is a what's the actual term for people that don't know Monster Hunter?
I really don't actually know. I call them the purple ones.
Yeah.
Oh, sovereigns. They're called like sovereign variants or something. So when you beat a sovereign variant, you get a 25 unique currency, and a new shop unlocks. And the shop has 2 new chalices for each character, and more like relics, like highly specialized relics. Like they're probably the best like dream relics you could get on some of the characters too. Like there's one for Raider where it's like 2-handing weapons increases stagger, hitting things with colossal weapon restores stamina, and then like +3 endurance. And it's like, yeah, that's just like the peak roll you would want on that character. And then the sovereign bosses also drop new medallions, so they also have unique relics as well, so it's worth doing them all. And they're pretty fun. Like once I figured out the gimmick with some of them, they become a bit more tolerable, but they are fucking insane, especially Gaping Jaw. I think Gaping Jaw is the hardest sovereign that they've come out with so far.
He also sucks to fight in the main game too. Gaping Jaw is such an asshole.
Dude, it is like, you know, the ground earth disruption that the final boss has?
Yeah. That's
like his main attack.
I mean, he does that in the normal version, a lot of ground disruptions too, and like
he does it like every 10 seconds.
I can't. You couldn't pay me to go back, bro.
Dude, and then like you have to fight him in a hurricane, which is like a super enclosed arena, and if you're outside of the hurricane, you take like chip damage. If you're at the like actual circle, like where the hurricane begins and ends, you take like 40% of your health per tick. It's fucking insane. So learning that for the first time when you go in is not a good time. Sentient Pest Sovereign Willer. Sentient Pest where you fight two different ones.
Yes.
The Sovereign version of it summons a new moth that whenever you kill the other ones, revives them. So now you can only deal damage to the third moth whenever it possesses one of the dead corpses of the other two.
Insane.
So you pretty much have to kill the bosses about 3 or 4 times in that fight.
It's interesting. Like these are cool gimmicks. I just don't like the game leading up to these boss fights.
Yeah.
So it's like learning a boss that's hard, that is that hard, and you have to do a 40-minute lead up to it is. I think I forgot who said it. Someone put it best. Where like it feels like I'm doing a Demon Souls boss run for every attempt.
It does. So I don't know. I think because I've played it so many times now, since the first day I've played, in my I'm almost at 100 runs. I think I've only lost one more time before the final boss. And it was the other day where Gus and I were kind of inting kind of towards the end, and we had a random that had never played Duchess before. And it was very obvious, and it was just I don't think we're gonna really make it. Let's just kind of fucking whatever. And then I've had runs where I've gotten absolutely carried, and I go, what the fuck was that person on? I've had some crazy experiences in this game with other players. I'm still having a great time playing it. The first leading up 40 minutes has become pretty formulaic for me with what I'm looking for and what I'm trying to gain. So it's become very fun. The only downside is after you beat the final boss, I do not run into any shifting earth variants whatsoever anymore.
That's so
weird. I get none. It's so fucking I think it's broken.
That seems like a bug.
Yeah, unless I join somebody else who has it, I never have a shifting earth event ever.
Oh man. I had a question and a statement. The question is for Bradley. Bradley, have you been interested in checking out this game at all? Because you liked Elden Ring. You didn't finish Elden Ring, and you don't have the stones to go back to it. But I remember you liked playing a lot of Elden Ring with the summon pools and helping out other players. And I feel like you could get a similar enjoyment out of playing this game.
That's the thing. I really liked Elden Ring, and I've went back to it and I started up a file and got about to where I was again, and then stopped playing.
God.
I'm I don't know. I can't play a game for fucking 80 hours unless it's a game that doesn't have an end, and then I'll play it for 500 hours. But
okay, hold on. Crazy idea. What if you picked up from a previous save file instead of restarting? It's crazy.
No, we're not gonna
but then he wouldn't know where he's at.
I can't stand human beings. Okay, go on.
I'm with you, Bradley.
But here's the thing. In every Souls game I play, I don't know. I like summoning. I think it's fun. They put it in the game for you to use. I know there's some people out there on the internet who, if you summon someone in Dark Souls, they're like, you're a fake fucking fan. But I don't know. I like doing that, and I don't know. I liked the spirits and shit in Elden Ring. So this could be I don't know. I guess I like the co-op experience, and this is your co-op Elden Ring. So
yeah, it really seems like you should give this a try. And first of all, it's a $40 game, and if it goes on sale, it'll be even cheaper. So, and Tyler is always playing it, so I think you should try it.
I will literally play this game with anyone who asks me. I've almost bought it twice.
Invites to me, trying to get me to play. I'm in the middle of a match. I'm like, it's another. I'm like, I can't join now, and I don't want to wait because that could be 10 minutes or 35. So I'm just gonna keep playing Memorials.
I'm probably a little psychotic actually, because I know I have friends who appear offline all the time on PlayStation. So I'll go to the invite menu and invite them anyway. I know this person is always appearing offline, so maybe I'll get lucky.
That's so funny.
It's funny, yeah.
That's gotta be Keith.
It's not just him. It's not just him.
That's so funny. Man, then my statement is Game of the Year is gonna be rough this year, man. Oh, this might be the worst that it's ever been, actually, for many reasons. For like, there's so many layers that I'm keeping track of because I'm the only one who actually pays attention to what everyone likes by the end of the year, which is why I always win. And I'm gonna cash it in on that, by the way, this year.
I
that's-
will need Willard to come stay with me for a week so I can play Donkey Kong Bonanza on a Switch too.
Get your own. Back off.
No,
Yeah.
I can't.
Get your own.
I have to spend money on a wedding.
Okay. We'll try to. You know what? We could try to figure something out. I'll try to lend you my Switch at some point, and then you can pass it off to Bradley.
Just Switch, not Switch 2.
Oh yeah, yeah. The Switch. But then if a good game comes out, you will have to ship it back midway through. So. Yeah, I don't know when Duskbloods come out. We'll have to schedule around that because that's like the main reason. And then you watched The Monkey, Tyler.
I did. I watched The Monkey. The Monkey is a horror movie. Joe, you did not get the gift for the image right. I'm sorry. You thought it was the Singer movie where he's a monkey, but it was
Yeah.
but it was literally The Monkey. This is James Wan's new movie. Is that his name? Wan?
Oh yeah, James Wan's well known in these circles.
Isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He makes like The Conjuring and Insidious and
Yeah.
Malignant, but most notably he made Aquaman 2018. So
He did do that. Yeah. So yeah, The Monkey is a movie about twin brothers, Bill and Hal, who find their father's old toy monkey in the attic, and every time they turn the key on the back of the monkey, somebody dies very quick. And so this is a story that it's like that's it. That's the premise. Why does the key keep being turned is the very interesting subject at hand. This was a pretty damn good movie, I think. I think this is like in the day that we exist in of remakes, as we talked about Jurassic Park again. This feels like a fresh movie. It kind of feels like I thought it was going to be a little bit tasty of like Final Destination, and it is a little bit at the beginning, gives a little bit of Final Destination vibes, but it ends up just not being that. It feels like it jumps straight to like Saw 9 in terms of like plot.
They made 9 of those things? God damn.
I think there's 11 Saw movies.
What the
Bradley.
It's called Saw Again or some bullshit. Like a reboot, or it's like a prequel sequel kind of a deal.
Saw 1.
Yeah, sorry. There are exactly 11 Saw movies.
What's the last one called?
Saw 11. One of them is called Spiral, which features comedian Chris Rock as the lead actor in it for some fucking reason. They're like, you know what? We're just gonna make a fucking comedy. But yeah, The Monkey. This is not as good as some of the other horror movies we've seen. But we're getting close to Halloween season. I would throw it in the mix for horror movies. But we have some bangers this year, actually, Willer, that are going to be a part of Movie Roulette that I know only me and Tommy have seen because we've been on a huge binge of watching horror movies together.
Oh no, that's a bad combo of people to be recommending movies.
Oh, it's gonna be a great time. Like, I know none of y'all watched. What is the name? It just fell out of my head. The Terrifier 3.
Not yet, no.
Yeah, the Terrifier 3 is great. Actually, we shouldn't watch it at Halloween. Terrifier 3 is a Christmas movie. Fun fact.
So I've heard.
Yeah, it was very sad that it came out at Halloween, actually. We were pretty upset about that. Late Night with the Devil, great. You haven't seen it yet. The Wailing, South Korean horror movie, 3 hours long, fantastic. Just a great time.
South Korean horror is supposed to be, like, pretty good, so yeah. I believe it.
On my list of movies that I never want to see, are right here at the top. So like I'm looking at an IMDb most anticipated horror movies of 2025. The two at the very top look like the fucking worst things I have ever seen. Like I would rather go see Jurassic Park 5 instead. Or is this the sixth Jurassic Park?
I think
This is the
sixth.
seventh one.
Oh, God.
Seventh.
God.
There's 3 Jurassic Parks and 3 Jurassic Worlds, and this is the 4th Jurassic World.
Did I watch all 3 Jurassic Worlds?
Probably not.
I didn't watch the second one, and I think I'm
watched
good.
the one where the like rich people are having like the dinosaur auction.
That's the second one.
Okay.
That's the one with the guy with the gun, and he's just like, look how efficient it is to point this gun at someone and have the Velociraptor kill him instead.
Yeah, I remember that one. I think I did watch. Maybe I did watch them all. I don't remember. Anyway, Death of a Unicorn and Hard Eyes look like some of the worst garbage that mankind has ever made.
Hard Eyes looks cute. That looks like a good Halloween, a good Valentine's movie.
It is a terrible ripoff. They are trying to be the Terrifier, but it's like
No, they're fucking not.
It's imagine if EA tried to make like Undertale. Like they just don't understand.
Okay.
What makes it good.
I'm cutting off your quick stops. You've yapped too. I don't even know
done.
what you're saying anymore, man.
They're also remaking I Know What You Did Last Summer.
No, it's a sequel, no?
Yeah, it's a sequel.
Yeah.
It's a sequel of
Cebu.
Yeah, Sea Boots.
Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is coming out. Actually
Never.
interested. Megan 2, Willer. Have you seen Megan 2 yet?
No, wait, Megan 2's out?
Yeah.
Willer, it looks so bad.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's
what my girl deserves.
Willer, the theme song to the movie is Britney Spears, and Megan's like, it's like somebody said, yo, what if it was Megan but also Mission Impossible? That's the movie.
Wait, is Megan doing heists?
Yes, it's a heist movie.
Oh, that sounds great.
It's so weird.
Megan is like Superman. She could be in anything. I think that's like what the creator said.
Look at what Jill posted. It look like she's in fucking Spy Kids 3.
Oh wait, that's not a good look for you, girly. I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah, no.
Why is this guy still talking? I'm cutting you off. Now, Tyler,
Okay.
now that I've cut you off, now speaking of Korean horror movies, we watched Kpop Demon Hunters.
Oh, yeah.
Did anyone else watch that, or is that just me and Tyler?
I watched it.
I didn't watch it, but it's one of Emmy's new favorites.
I watched it on my own time because I was
Wait.
getting so annoyed at it that I might as well figure out why it's good or bad.
Hold on, there's a lot to unpack. One, Bradley, why did she watch this without you? I feel like you'd really like this movie.
I don't know what I was fucking doing that night. I think she just threw it on, not
Okay.
knowing, and unexpectedly was like, holy shit, this is amazing.
Not knowing it was the best thing that she was going to experience in 2025.
Yeah.
Damn,
Yeah.
okay, I'm not gonna glaze it that hard. It's cute. Like, what the?
Yeah.
Joe, what did you think? You and your robotic, like, hateful heart.
This is just Korean Powerpuff Girls, if I'm being honest.
Oh.
So, like, it's literally Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup. Like, they only just kind of change the character designs between them a little bit.
Okay, but I don't remember the Blossom storyline where she's like a demon from. Like...
I do. That's
Okay.
a good episode.
Okay.
It's actually, yeah, that is an arc. But I think check for my napalm era is a hard-ass line.
It is so good.
Yeah. I think the songs are good. I also like the description that was given in our chat, in which someone described the main villain as Sakura if he was a fuckboy theater kid.
I mean-
which I thought was perfect.
I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, I honestly like watched it because I was getting annoyed because like I literally saw gifs of it everywhere. I was like, okay, let me at least watch this and I can formulate an actual opinion. And I think it's solid and I think it's good. I think it's worth watching for sure.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the brightest light that has graced this earth.
I don't
But yeah.
understand the obsession with it, but also
Like I can because it's like a niche.
It's like
I kind of get it. Yeah.
it's like a perfect idea. Like it's actually a perfect idea, and the people who like it are really gonna like it.
Yeah.
I think the execution is good, not perfect though.
Yeah. Go ahead, Tyler.
I was just gonna say, like, I feel like South Korean culture in the United States has reached its definite like high climax.
Peak.
Like, I don't think it's going down, but I think it's at an all-time high.
Actually, when you reach your climax, you can only come down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sorry, this is the highest it's been. It could keep going up.
There you go. Good rephrase.
Yeah.
I also like how the bad guy, he like goes up to share his plan, and like it's not like he has to go recruit demons. He just had his 4 bros in the background ready to jump in with him as soon as he announced what his plan was.
I love how side piece those guys are. They're
Yeah.
side piece both physically and mentally.
Yeah.
There was a question on our friend Discord. It's like, okay, who are your favorite characters? And I'm like, guys, the movie has exactly 2 characters. So, like, what are we actually picking from here? And it just turns out we're picking who's hottest. Like, that's all it was boiling down
Yes,
to.
that's welcome to the conversation, Willer. I'm
Yeah.
glad you're getting it now.
Like, this is all that fantasy has been for the past like few years. Why do you think people love that one Turk from Final Fantasy VII, even though he killed a billion people? He's more hot.
No, I mean, the Turks are very interesting. This is not a topic you want to breach me with, because this is a layer topic, but...
Yeah.
How close is this movie to Perfect Blue? You know, where she like deals with 2 sides of her personality and like a very obsessive person trying to kill her.
You need to chill out today. You're on some wild shit today.
You really like Perfect Blue, okay?
Yeah.
And just like,
Perfect Blue's really good.
is this just a contemporary version of it, you know?
No.
Perfect Blue.
No, it's not. Jesus. Okay. Joe, tell me about A Drop of Corruption as best as you can.
Wait, I didn't get to say my piece.
Okay. I'm so sorry. Go.
They made this instead of Spider-Verse 3, which good on them. They should have done that. This is I like this because it like this movie and Turning Red feel like they could have both been animated by Pixar. Because they both focus culturally around South Korean culture and everything.
Is Turning Red not Chinese?
I thought it was
yeah.
South Korean.
Turning Red is Chinese. Is a
I'm
Chinese.
racist. Sorry,
You
I did a
are
racist.
Tyler, racist moment. Everyone, reset.
Damn.
Reset the clock. Reset the clock.
I always think they're so similar because they both like are obsessing over boy bands and stuff and like
Now be a racist.
yeah.
I mean, no, he could have taken it there. He was almost there. He did the Kanye West failed QuickTime event.
I'm sorry, I did a racist.
No.
This is never losing the allegations.
I apologize at least for my stupidity.
Yeah, this is why we keep you
At least
around.
Yeah. But I liked it. I liked all the songs in it. It does feel like they made KDA the movie.
Yes.
No, okay, we say that, but is it not more likely that KDA was inspired by something that everything is inspired by? And this
yes,
is all...
100%.
Yeah, but these characters literally have like mismatched properties from the KDA skins tied to them.
I mean, maybe.
No, like the
Yes,
silhouettes.
what I'm saying is, like, what if those are just reference to other real life bands? I don't think we know. I'm just saying I don't think we know enough about this subject matter to really draw that conclusion. But maybe I'm being too reasonable on the internet. So what am I saying?
Chicken and egg situation.
I think so. Like, also apparently, like magical girl transformation is a huge part of it too. I'm coming from professional sources that I've spoken with.
Tyler lives with a K-pop demon hunter addict, and they.
Dude,
he goes through it every
unfortunately
day.
cannot stop fucking listening to it. Your Idol, which is the villain main song,
Is the best
theme,
song.
reached #1 in the U.S. On Spotify.
That's crazy.
It's fucking good, man. You know why it's so good, Willer? The background melodies are an unfinished Beethoven track.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
That goes hard. You would know that. You're in there.
It
You're a
goes
stan.
fucking hard, man.
Yeah.
All right, I'll shut up now.
No. That was great. Now, Joe, to the best of your ability, you should try to tell us about A Drop of Corruption, a book.
1 second.
He's gonna reboot.
All right, I'm back.
Okay.
All right, yeah, we go.
Go.
Okay. Drop of Corruption is the sequel to The Tainted Cup, which is a book I read last year. To make y'all more familiar, this was like the detective fantasy story that was basically like the fantasy world is like, rather than developing like electricity or like more industrious ironworking, they like instead turn to like more like biological means of
Yeah, I remember this.
development. So the expansion of that, so it's a sequel to that. Really cool setting. I think a lot of the complaints I had about the first book, the author did a really good job of filling those in. A lot more good character moments and growth, more defined characters as well. I think like some of the characters I felt like were like a little bit outlandish and brash in comparison to the rest of the setting were really toned down and I think brought more aligned, but still not losing like who they were as a character. Really solid mystery, really good parlor scene as well when the mystery is revealed, and just some great kind of like hooks. The kind of plot of this is that our two main characters, Din and Anna, are from an empire and they worked as like a kind of like a national like detective, like they'll go to different parts of the empire. A like not major, but a federal worker that is in another country dies, and this country in particular, 100 years ago, was basically like leased out its port to this empire with the stake of after 100 years you will own this section of the country, basically, which was like most of the country in like its wealth. And we're coming up on year like 98 essentially. So it's getting really close to like, it's at the point now it's like, all right, we have to actually start transitioning this country over to this empire, and how are we going to do that? So there's a lot of like political tension that they're kind of working with as well. I think it was really, really, really good. I don't really have a lot else to say because it's a mystery book, other than I think the author did a really good job of really enriching his story and his world and just kind of making it like just so vivid and imaginative in how it works. And I think that's what's one of the key things. Like they have they have a science facility that's in the middle of their ocean that is basically the hollowed out corpse of this giant sea monster that they're trying to like harvest and like use and like ship off to the empire for goods. It's really interesting. But yeah, it's really, really solid. I continue to think that I think Tyler might like it just for the world building aspect. I think you might like it too, Willer, at this point. But yeah, real good book.
Nice.
Yeah.
We love a real good book.
We do.
Yes.
I'll actually jump off of that because I think I have a segue a little bit just thematically with the world building.
Yeah.
I've also been finishing some books. I am still on my book finisher era. My God, I've changed so much since the Shogun days.
Yeah.
That said, I'm first going to talk about a book I haven't finished. I started this partway because I wanted just a little bit of a change of pace on a drive down to Austin not too long ago, and it was like perfectly timed to like get over half the book done. It's Tress of the Emerald Sea. This is a Brandon Sanderson book, and it's the first Brandon Sanderson standalone book that I've read. And I bring it up now because it's also kind of a world that developed via biological aspects. That is, like, this world is powered in large part by utilizing spores, and the world is basically islands floating on giant like spore oceans, and it's a pirate story a little bit about a pirate crew sailing between these spore oceans, and different types of spores react to water in different ways. Some of them start growing like a bunch of leaves, some of them explode, and like there's like 7 or 8 different types of spores or something. They all have like different features that can be applied to them. I'm about halfway through this book, and really I think it's very Princess Bride inspired. It's a movie I don't really know, which is one of my character flaws as a human being, is having not watched that movie. But
to describe how it's Princess Bride inspired.
okay, it is a reverse Save the Princess story where this young girl is in love with a meek let me finish with a meek politician's son, and then the politician tries to marry the son off, but the son starts like botching all of the courtship, and he's just like, fuck it, I'm gonna sell you over to the Empress, which is this evil wizard that is just a looming threat on the world that everyone knows about. They're trying to figure out what to do about it, but they can't really do anything against her magic. Allegedly, this man is now in one of her towers as like one of her slaves or one of her captives, and the little girl finds a way to smuggle her way out of her island, which she is not allowed to do, to go save him, and she ends up on a pirate ship, and now it's a semi-pirate adventure. Did I get like 15% right?
So good news and bad news for you, Willer.
Okay.
The good news is you have no idea what the Princess Bride is.
Okay. I described another movie though, right? No, I guess not.
Parts of other movies.
Okay, sure.
I think. Princess Bride is very much a classic fairy tale, like classic. It's just great in its execution, which makes it so good. That's all I'll say about Princess Bride, because otherwise I'll sit here and yap.
Okay. What was the good news?
The good news is you still don't know anything about the Princess Bride.
Okay, cool.
So that means you'll be very fresh going into it.
Excellent. One day, for sure.
One day.
Yeah, it's really good. It's the book I'm currently reading. But I finished Republic of Thieves by Scott Lynch.
Yeah.
This is the 3rd book of the Gentleman Bastard series, which I've talked about the other 2 books here. It is a book about thieves and the shenanigans they get into. And it's probably got the best prose out of any author that I've ever read. We were talking about prose a podcast or 2 ago. Scott Lynch is incredibly good at the art form of spinning language to sound very fun, and like he just knows the most interesting ways to say any given thing, and it's very charming, which makes the characters' dialogue very witty and funny as a result. An interesting aspect of this world is that our main characters are normal people who are really good at their thievery. They come from like a thief family, basically. They're all adopted by Father Chains, and he pretty much indoctrinated them into like the Church of the Thief God. This is a world with like 12, I think it has like 12 above gods and 12 below gods, and the Thief God is one of the below ones. I don't know. Either way, they're basically like thieving priests in a sense. And there is magic in this world, and we run into it in book 1. There's bonds mages that are very terrifying in the way that they're portrayed and the way that they're described. And if they have access to your name, they can do all sorts of horrible magic. And the world knows about them, and they're very scared of them, but also like they keep to themselves. They're very quiet society, but they can be hired to do all sorts of tasks. And as of the story, these tasks have become very grand scale and potentially violent in the most recent years. But it's always been an element that we don't really understand much about. And if for the first 2 books, for example, we're not really dealing with mages. We do a little bit in the first book, but our main antagonists are usually just normal humans. And in the second book, there's some repercussions. But again, the main antagonist is a human. In this book, we are front and center into this magical world, so we're actually getting to like see how it works a little bit and have more direct effects of it. And the plot of this one, these books always have very different plots. Like the second one was also a pirate adventure. The first one was a big heist. Second one was half heist, half pirate adventure. This one is the mages are hiring you to rig an election with your like I guess thievery cunning. And that's the plot. But then there's also an extended flashback of when the thief family were sent off on like a hey, we're putting you into a summer internship to give you some world knowledge. You're gonna go be part of a play called The Republic of Thieves, which is what the name of the book is. And it keeps bouncing back between them like learning to do the play and them doing this political takeover heist kind of thing. And it's really good. This is a book people don't really like, apparently, like amongst the books, but it is on par with the other two for me. And I was, though, reaching a point where, like, oh, we have 2 hours left in this audiobook, and we have not concluded either of the main plot lines, and, like, will we have enough time to do so? And in a small sense, it is a little bit rushed as it's going through it, but I felt like it wrapped up pretty satisfyingly and left off on a good note. But this was the last book that he's written in the series. I don't think the fourth one has come out, and it's supposed to be more than just that. So I think in the afterword he even mentions like, oh, it might take me a while, or like this one was really hard to write, so it might take me a while to make the next one. So I'm like, I guess we'll see. I'm gonna read it if it ever comes out. This is a really good series. That said, like I said, they wrapped off things pretty well, but then in the last 15 minutes, we have a little bit of an epilogue where we kind of kill off a really promising character that is like one of the best characters in the setting, and they get killed off like last second. And I was like, okay, I was on board with this like fast-paced ending, and then it went a little bit too long. Like my wish is that we would get more time in the story were not rewarded, because I think that was a weird decision, and I'm not sure if it's gonna pay out, because that character was really interesting and was set up to do really interesting things. Maybe it gets faked out, or like there's like a twist to it, but it's looking a little dicey there. So it did kind of leave on the most sour note of like the entire series, basically, despite being like a really good book the whole way through. But yeah, I'm gonna continue reading Tress. And after Tress, it might be Dungeon Crawler Carl time to make Tyler happy. And
sure, to make me happy. You know, I'm not getting messages from my friends, one of our other friends that's like, yeah, I got you a birthday present. I read the next Dungeon Crawler Carl, and then like a week later getting a message saying, hey, I got you another birthday present for the following year.
Yeah, well, I have not gotten you any birthday presents of the sort, because like I'm not yapping about Dungeon Crawler Carl like that. Like I don't think it's that good yet. Book 3, I almost dropped it off at book 2, and I was like, if book 3 is not good, I'm dropping the series. Luckily, book 3 was good, so we will see.
So Ryan has passed y'all, and Cirquette's fucking finished the series.
Which one's Ryan on? Hello.
He just finished book 4.
Okay, didn't come through. Okay, he's only barely past us. Bradley, what book have you been reading these days? Because I know you finished Dungeon Crawler Carl 3 as well.
Man, so I'm like halfway through the first book in the Expanse series, which is pretty cool. So I'm eventually going to talk about that. But oh my god, like I've actually been doing a lot less audiobook reading. I've just been actually listening to music, which like all the previous time that I would spend listening to music, I was getting through audiobooks.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think, maybe I just got burnt out. I'm still making my way through the Expanse though.
I go through those phases where it's like, hey, I have like a hour to 3 hour drive. What do I want to do? And then usually it's audiobook, but on occasion it's like I just want to listen to music like at least half of this drive.
That's the thing. Like, if I'm driving out of town, that's always audiobook time. But there are some days when I get off work and I'm so fucking exhausted from work, I'm like, I can't pay attention to something.
Exactly. Yeah. You need to have. If there's too much going on, like it's not good audiobooking time. And
it's weird because like I finished the 4th book in Deadland Dynasty, and like
I think I did one more book. I did Drop of Corruption, and I just like it. I feel so hollow after that series ended that I'm like, I there's something that like I'm looking forward to because I realized a lot of the books I was listening to were just placeholders to like not make me burn through that book quickly.
I feel that. I feel like that's me and Dublin Murder Squad. I'm just biding time to not finish.
Yeah.
And I guess
Yeah.
now Grace of Kings, because Grace, like, I'm seeing the vision, Joe. I think
Yeah.
about it.
Bradley,
Yo,
are they at Arrow Station in the Expanse?
I don't think quite yet.
Okay, you would know. You would know. Okay, I the first half of that book I am not a big fan of. The second half of that book I am a big fan of. It was the only reason I
Ooh.
kept with the series.
Promising.
Yeah.
Two
So-
things.
Yeah.
One, Bradley, 89.5 KMFA Austin is classical music radio. It's my number one go-to. I don't have the
dude,
brain
I think that's the
capacity.
one I listen to.
Dude, it's the best station ever.
Yeah.
I'm
Classic.
like,
Yo, on the whip, listen to classical music. All right.
yep.
Sure.
It is
Oh, God.
it is so relaxing. It is diffuses my day.
I have that one in a classic rock station and just
Yep.
go back and forth.
Jesus, you really are a 45-year-old dad. Maybe that's
Yeah.
I also
I'm
started
listening
getting the
to rock.
Austin Chronicle along with Bradley. It's a good one.
the newspaper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went from Statesman to Chronicle because
That reminds me.
it's formatted so well and like
It's good.
yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I don't think this has ever
Miller.
come up in this podcast. The Bradley is a avid newspaper enjoyer. He is one of the 200 remaining souls.
He's like he's been doing this since I think like his second or third year in Austin, I want to
Yeah.
say. Like I
Well,
feel like
I-
forever.
The Chronicle's a good newspaper, though.
I just realized like getting my news online, like it is good to stay informed, but I'm like, holy shit, like I feel like such a doomer reading the news online because I don't know, it's all there's a bunch of shit happening 1,000 miles away, and that is important, but I like reading news that is like about my neighborhood and that impacts my day to day. And I don't know.
You're just turning your blind eye to the real struggles of humanity, Bradley.
Yeah, I mean that shit's gonna happen no matter what I do. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Willer, I have something for you about your segment.
Okay.
Tress of the Emerald Sea. I know what those powers are.
Huh.
I've never read it, but I know what those powers are.
Really? They talk about spore bending? I forget the name. I haven't read it in a little bit because I started it, then did the remainder of Republic of Thieves, and I just got back, so I'm forgetting some details.
They may have explained it a little bit, maybe met a few characters.
Wait!
Diced, I don't know.
Wait, is Crow? What's her name? Oh man, is she called
I say nothing more.
Oh, one of these characters has a gun, I think, because they talk about her fancy gun, and I think it's just a revolver from, like, what I imagine is Mistborn Era 2. Interesting. I did want to say about Emerald of the Sea, it's a good reminder that Brandon Sanderson can be quick with his writing and, like, write a not super long story and make it work, because the Stormlight books just get longer and longer, right? And so do the Mistborn books. Like each subsequent one is longer. So, you know, it's a good reminder that he can lock in and do something smaller term, and he should go back to those roots with Stormlight Part 2. I mean, while we're talking about it, do you have any plans on reading Stormlight 5 soon, Tyler?
I think I just need to let it breathe a little bit more.
Yep, that's fair.
I do want to sit down and do it. I just don't think I'm ready yet.
Nope, that's totally reasonable. It is a big one, so you need a...
I have a 16-hour flight coming up next year. Maybe might save it for that.
Maybe. All right,
Yeah,
then.
we'll see.
Well,
I can't talk about what I'm talking about.
No, we're pushing you back one. I'm trying to get...
Why? It's a quickie.
I'm trying to get Joe's out of the way. He's a fucking robot! Okay, Joe, can you tell me about Ironheart, the TV show?
It is the new TV show on Disney Plus. It expands the story of Riri Williams from Wakanda Forever, where she made her first appearance. This show's fine.
the first episode is not great. I think it's really poorly paced because they basically like at the end of Wakanda Forever, she's at her college with the grant, and
Yes.
they're like, I don't want to do a story at that college and that grant. I want to do something else. So they had to expedite her getting kicked out of that facility, and so she ends up back in her hometown of Chicago, and she gets involved with a gang that's running heists on like corporate businesses, and basically like stealing money from them and blackmailing them. The main villain of this is Parker Robbins, aka the Hood, who is in possession of a mystical magical hood that gives him like the ability to turn invisible. He's able to like whole horses guns, so they like do different weird angles and stuff.
Nice.
And he shoots his bullets. So it's a good like science versus like magic kind of a thing going on. It's such a just a 7 out of 10 show, I would say. Where it's like there's some really good characters I like, but I think the pacing of it overall is like really bad. Like I feel like it could have been done in like it's a 6-episode series. I think it could have been done in like 4 because they wanted to add some additional like other characters and scenes that I don't think really
I mean, that is a lot of the TV shows, no, where they are a movie that gets expanded into a movie and a half and then put into an episode format.
The trauma that Riri has in this, where like she's getting over like her best friend who died in like a police shootout in the garage that they used to work at all the time. So it's a big thing she's having to get over in this series. So I think she has a great character. I do actually kind of hope to see more of her. I think also Sacha Baron Cohen shows up at the very end as a character. I thought he did a really good job as well.
Huh? Am I thinking of the right guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
Borat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that where he's been?
Yeah. For one episode.
Dog, even Borat's getting MCU money. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Does
he show up as Borat?
No.
What kind of question is that?
He's actually the most opposite of any character he's ever played.
Damn.
He's like a very straight, not a very straight man, but like very serious.
Interesting.
Kind of a character, yeah.
Yeah,
but he plays that character very good. And so I would like to see more of him.
Bro,
we'll have
did
to see.
You just say unlike Bruno?
No, anti-Bruno.
Oh,
he's the anti-Bruno.
Because he's straight.
Hey, I'm Bruno.
Oh yeah. I give this all to 7 out of 10. Watch it when you want to.
I don't want to be a doomer on MCU stuff on account that we're gonna like talk about a DC movie later, and like the comparing and contrasting is annoying, but man, my heart is just so not in it like anymore. Like I don't think I'm gonna watch Fantastic Four unless like it gets really good reviews. But the problem was that Thunderbolts got really good reviews, and I did not like that movie very much. So it's like, I'm scared. I'm scared to trust anything. I think the bar is so low that, like, is this actually a 7? I don't know. Like,
it's like I was whatever about it. Like I don't feel very strongly about it. So
the other
One
problem,
of the few Marvel opinions Willer and I agree on is that movie was mid.
that's okay. I forgot we talked about it. I thought you liked it. It's alright. The Void looks cool. That's for damn sure. You can count on that.
Yeah.
The thing with Ironheart and like giving it a mid review is that you have to wade the sea of like just racists that don't even care about the show, but they're just like making a fuss about it. So it's like, okay, Joe doesn't like this. Is the headline? It's like, okay, Joe's racist. Like that's like someone could hear that and just assume because so many people are
like
bad faith reviewers.
Yeah, it's produced by Ryan Coogler, who did Black Panther and Wakanda Forever. I think
and Sinners.
Once again, very much typical white guy. Like, it has a lot of black culture influences, and it feels like very much like this is my neighborhood that I lived in Chicago, and here was all the people I lived around and like who they were kind of influence to it.
I mean, it's nice because it makes the setting feel more grounded when like it feels like it's really coming from a place.
Yeah, it feels like there was actual like some intention to like what these characters are, and they don't feel like caricatures either. They feel like actual people. So like they give it a little bit more like praise, I guess. But like for example, Riri at one point has to go to a white suburban neighborhood for for some part because she knows like a guy, and there's a big part about the contrast difference between where she lives in Chicago and this white suburban neighborhood. That they kind of play off of a little bit. Yeah, but anyways, I thought the show was fine. I think a lot of people who are hating it are just, I don't know. I think there's just a lot of like, we are also at the post in game or post peak of something where everything after that will never live back up to it. So everything has to be 100 times worse than it, if that makes sense, right?
It's just
like,
it's such a doomer way to look at it. That's what's happening, but it doesn't have to be that way.
Yeah. So, yeah, and like MCU has its flaws. I agree, but I never come into these things thinking like I'm here for high art. I'm just here for like the 2 hours of my time where I get to enjoy it.
Yeah,
kind of a thing.
You know what? That's very healthy, Joe.
Yep. I have a healthy mindset about the media I consume.
Crazy. Get out.
I know.
Now.
Okay.
All right. Speaking of healthy media, I guess Tyler, for some reason, you watched High School.
I've never seen this shit. I've never seen it in my life.
What are you talking about?
I've never seen High School DxD.
I was too busy getting laid while I was too busy gooning.
Yeah, I've been on my real goon era this
I was
summer.
about to say
okay?
ZZZ, this show, goddamn.
I'm gooning real hard, all right?
Oh,
we haven't even finished this show yet, but it's goon material for sure.
And Joe, and also Joe's playing Marvel Rivals, which is a gooner game now for sure. Like
It has the thing in a banana hammock.
yeah, it has that Psylocke skin, which is crazy.
So yeah, it's fine. It's a unique premise, at least, you know. He's got this weapon that I'm like, oh, that's the claw from Maple Story.
Can you repeat the name of the show? Because we kind of like just
High School DxD.
Yes.
There is a lot of nudity in this show. I was not expecting Crunchyroll to have this much nudity.
Like actual like nipple, like there's nips.
Yeah.
Oh, it's full on everything.
Really?
Yeah. Have you never seen this?
No, I only know. The only thing I know about this is the one shot of the chick dodging a bullet and her two tits like
We haven't gotten there yet.
They oscillate and like.
Series. That's not the same series. That's a completely different series. That's High School of the Dead.
Oh. Wait, Joe, why do you know? Gooner.
Joe knows.
Gooner.
So this show actually has the most like quintessential like I see where most people got their fandom from in 2006.
Yes.
It is a half-naked striptease where each main character in the show is like pole dancing in the outro. Watch 3 episodes, Willard, and you'll be like, yeah, I get it.
Yep.
That's it. That's as far as I've gotten. Apothecary Diaries Season 2 came out. There was a nice round conclusion to this mystery plot that's been going on. Seasons 1 and 2 combined, I would say this show is fantastic. Give it a watch. There's lots of like side mysteries going on, everyday mysteries going on. I'm very satisfied with like this show after 2 seasons. I would say it's complete. I think there is more coming, but I am extremely satisfied. The English dub is fantastic. Give it a watch on the English dub.
Excellent.
You will be completely happy.
I just remembered that I started Free Ren. Like I haven't had time to think about watching it. So I need to go back to that because you've recommended the show to me, and it is definitely on my to watch list.
Like, and I am very much like, I don't like contemporary anime a lot. Like if like I just don't watch anime. I like to rerun a lot. Other than like the 2 episodes where they're in Labyrinth, I did not like that stretch.
Here's the thing about free run, right?
Yeah.
I don't really know anything about it. I can't tell.
I'm telling you right now, you don't have the right perception based off everything that's being shown.
That I couldn't tell if it's a Gooner show or not.
What?
Because
It's not.
The only media I have ever seen of this, no matter what platform or site I'm on, is just porn of the main character or lewd to the main character.
Bradley, have you ever considered that we're using the word a lot, but you genuinely have a gooner ass algorithm, and don't you even start with me? Have you considered?
Maybe, but I'm just like,
you're
even
tainted.
sites that I don't see even sites that don't normally have not safe for work shit on it for me. I'm like, the only thing I see is people how bad they want to fuck this character. So I'm like, I don't know, is it a sexy show?
That's not at all. This is such a wholesome, like, vibey show. That's crazy to hear.
You gotta cry, Bradley, and finish and get all the way through it. Then you can goon.
Well, first you gotta cry and finish, and then you can cry and finish. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know what I mean.
I just do both at once.
So, you gotta cry, finish, kill yourself, then cry again, then finish.
So I want to throw another surprise show that I've watched in here.
Okay.
I have finished The Bear season 1.
Okay, that's so unexpected. What the fuck? Okay, hold on.
Yeah, this is my surprise bit.
Let me actually mark down this time because it's a very different topic. All right, The Bear season 1.
Who here has seen The Bear?
I've seen The Bear up to season 3.
Same.
So, I want to catch up. I'm watching The Bear. Show is not good until episode 7 of the first season. I don't know how people are like hooked before then.
No, I don't really love season 1 that much. So I'm not gonna fight you on this one. There's better battles for me to fight you on.
Maybe.
I understand why they do it all, but it's my same argument about Expedition 33. I just like to get into the action. It is heartbreaking. Like, I do care about the heartbreak that happens in season 7 and the strife that happens and everything. That's when it like titles The Bear, you know? I'm like, okay, I get it. It's like the breakdown episode, you know? But I'm just like, I get why we had the 6 episodes before that, but I watched like the first 3 and I'm like, there's like nothing happening.
No, yeah, I'm with you. It's I think they waste a lot of time in every season. It's a really good show, but there's a lot of time wasted on humor that doesn't always land, or like chaotic scenes that feel too common. Like, okay, I get it, we're chaotic in the kitchen and we're yelling at each other, but a lot of the episode, like, budget is on stuff like that. Season 2 is a big step up in my opinion.
I am on season 2. I'm enjoying it. I do want to keep watching another episode and another episode, but I'm just, yeah, like I what did the first season win like comedy of the year? I think.
I don't.
Or something. It won some weird.
It is a very awarded show. I want to say that was season 2, and then everyone ended up hating season 3. I liked it. I thought it was a good season. A bit of
we have the court to say that you thought it was just. I think season 3 like overcooks itself to keep with the food.
Did I say that? Did you? I remember liking season 3, but not like loving it.
Yeah, we liked it, but we just also thought it was like, okay, you're doing a little bit too much of the.
No, yeah.
Artistry. Like, you gotta come a little bit outside of your ass.
No. 100%. But like the strong episodes in that season are really strong. Which is,
the first episode I really liked.
I think that one was a little too. I don't know.
I like that one, but like, because it was like, oh, this is a really good opener, and like, it's just very different because it's also.
It ends on a really good scene for sure.
Yeah, and like, it's also like kind of like. You can see it as like the mind space of the main character after season 2, right? Season 2.
Let's not give me a lot of spoilers, y'all.
Oh no,
we are not saying anything.
I know. Do y'all think that show is stressful?
Oh yeah.
Really?
I do.
I don't at all.
I don't think it's like unbearably stressful, but like again, those scenes where we're just like yelling at each other, I'm like, move on. Like we've been on this for too long. Or when this is a nondescript spoiler, when Fack is just facking all over the screen, that's stressful in its own way. Where I'm just like, next bit, please. Like,
I wonder if it's because I worked at Topgolf and on like hospitality stuff, where that just is like, this is just I've been through these days and I'm kind of like over them. Like, I just kind of laugh at them because I've lived through them, you know?
See, yeah, some people would say that it triggers a PTSD in them that you seem immune to, but I would understand why they would feel that way.
I would too.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Kind of like,
when people said like, "Oh my god, this gave me like so much anxiety," like I was just shocked that I actually did that to people.
In that sense, no, it's a dramatic anxiety as just like a viewer, but not an anxiety from, thankfully, not from like a personal place, because I worked at a restaurant for a little bit, but it wasn't anywhere near that bad. I was just in the back learning Japanese and washing dishes and listening to music, so it was a good time. All right, that's the bear.
Yeah, that's the bear.
Joe, are you gonna watch season 4? I'm planning on it eventually, but like my watch list is kind of packed right now.
True, and the thing about the bear is like it's not something I'm going to like put onto the side and do. I'm going to actually like watch it.
Yeah.
So like it's just one of those things that I need to work into my nightly routine.
Yeah.
So it's just like I have to finish up some of my nightly routines currently before I can start this. If you know what I mean.
What the? Why'd you make it?
I know what you mean.
Why'd you make it weird? Hold on.
No, Tyler, that's not what I mean. I mean, like, I have things that I do, like, I watch media at night or I play games at night.
Yeah.
For purposes. And for, like, trying to complete them. Because I'm not trying to, like, play games with other people usually. So I need to get those out of the way for.
Joe's coming here with content, Tyler. I mean, I say that, and you have, like, the most topics out of anyone today, so, like, I try to do a thing, but it's not really working.
Yeah, you tried.
I tried. Okay, I'll you know what? I'll add a secret topic. I've been watching a bunch of Taskmaster.
Yo.
You know what? This isn't a good topic, because, like, how do you talk about Taskmaster in any productive way? I'll just say...
Yeah, you tried. You tried.
Fuck you.
I'm gonna jump on Taskmaster. I'm watching Game Changer Season 7. It's been really solid.
Oh
Joe, how was the new episode really good?
The new episode, like, when I was watching, was like, this is pretty good. I am now part of a joke that no one else is a part of. And now it's
Can I? Is it too late to join in?
watch it now, kind of, to understand what the you have to, like, watch it now. Like, as soon as possible. Because you need to know what the fuck is going on with their social media.
Okay.
Yeah.
God, this might be the most chaotic podcast we've ever done.
Hell yeah.
There's a lot going on. Real quick with Taskmaster, I watched season 7. I'm currently on 9 or 10. I want to say it's 10. I'm reaching the end of the tunnel. Like, this is why I stopped watching Taskmaster. I like it too much. What I will say is, season 7, one of the greatest seasons of the entire show. I love that cast.
You see what this cast was again?
Oh man,
It's James A. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's one of the...
It's got a caster who is a little ass. He's actually not even my favorite from that season. I have an ongoing Taskmaster cast tier list. I'll share with you later. The season I'm currently watching probably might have another contender for my favorite cast. I just can't remember if it's 9 or 10. Let me hold on. I have it pulled up here. I hope this doesn't start like Street Fighter music. Okay, no.
It's 9. Yeah, it's gotta be 9. This is with Ed Campbell and Joe Brand and Katie Wicks. David
Oh, I love Katie Wicks. She's so... No, it's not that... I'm actually on 11. What the... I've consumed so much Taskmaster.
Shit.
Season 11 is great. I do want to say, I think Season 8 is the COVID season. The first one. That one... Yeah. It's not... The show format actually did transfer fairly well into COVID. I just think that is by far the worst cast, period. So it's just unfortunate that it had... Like, I don't want to blame it on COVID, but the cast was also just, like, not very well constructed. The Season 11 cast is a fucking banger.
Season 9 has Ed Gamble in it. That guy is... His reactions to them shit is so funny. Like, there's the game where they have to draw on the backs of each other.
Oh, yes.
He gets the old guy.
No, this season cast is incredible. Yeah, that guy fails at everything he does. Like, he will take everything and make it, like, awful. It's got Rose Matalleo, who is really funny. Yes. And she's part of my favorite opening where she goes, Stella! And it plays every time you're watching a Taskmaster episode. This show just makes me very happy. And I have to stop and pay attention for some tasks because they're that good. It's been my Death Stranding show, but, like, I have to pause the game and pay attention to the show sometimes because it gets that engaging. So
it's definitely one of those shows where like I won't watch it for a while, and then I'll just like blow through like 3 seasons and be like, oh my god, why do I stop watching this show?
Literally exactly how I feel right now.
Yeah.
Joe,
Yes.
what is R.E.P.O? R-E.P.O?
So, how do y'all feel about the term friend slop in terms of game descriptions?
It's a friend slot.
I was talking to Austin yesterday about slop and throwing slop at the end of everything, and I hate it, but I also like it. It's pretty funny in small doses, and friend slop is actually like the realest slop. Peak is a friend slop game, and you know what? We'll talk about it after R.E.P.O since it just kind of works.
R.E.P.O is a friend. I kind of hate the term, but I also don't have a better term for these types of games. It's a friend slop game where like you are a bunch of little robots who are going to these different houses and repoing these like objects from people's houses or museums or business or whatever. But it's like post-apocalyptic, so there's a bunch of like mutant people or creatures or whatever walking around, and they will fight and kill you. So you have to like hide and run away from them. And they have as proximity voice chat, and it uses it to like hunt you down. Like there's this I don't know the actual names of any of these like enemies. So there's one that we call Elmer Fudd. That's like this blind guy that has a cane that's a shotgun, and he looks like Elmer Fudd. But he will hunt you down based on like when you're talking. Like if you talk, he will come towards you, which really fucked me up because I had my fan going, and so it was just making a noise the entire time we were playing. Yeah, the game is good. It's fun. It's got its own little physics mechanic to it, but like I don't really like have a lot else to say to it other than it's just kind of like one of those nice fun you get together with 3 other people and you play sort of games. So I enjoyed it.
Speaking of those kinds of games,
Yeah.
I believe 3 of us have played Peak now. Bradley, have you played Peak? This seems like a game you would enjoy.
I haven't. The clips are hilarious, though.
Yeah, what are we feeling about Peak? It's the new hotness. I think it's more popular than R.E.P.O. Which one do you prefer, Joe, between the two? Because I think you've played both, right?
Yeah, I like Peak more, just because I think like I don't know how to describe it, but like R.E.P.O has a bit too much of a metagame to it, and that might just because like people I'm playing with knew what to do, and I think that kind of like that lowers.
I think that can happen to any friend slot because like they're not the deepest games.
No, they're not, and like I think that like to me that lowers the fun part of those games because you're like all dicking around trying to figure out what the fuck to do, right?
Yeah.
Like IMO.
Mm-hmm.
So I like Peak more. I also played Peak with only 3 other people and not 11 other people.
11 people was fun.
11 people is actually a better way to play Peak. Because what happens is you naturally break off into small groups. So it's like you're playing Peak with like a different mini group every stage. So I think it's like it's a pretty fun way to do it. And the way that our mod works, I think the item budget seems right.
Okay.
Tyler was pretty hesitant to play this. How did you enjoy it, Tyler? Hello.
He fucking died. He fell off the mountain. We can't hear him anymore.
It's proximity voice chat. We can't hear him. It's too far.
See, if that was true, we would have heard a Doppler effect falling Tyler going ah, which is actually the best part of Peak is when someone falls and you get to hear them scream. I'm really good at it. I just can't help it. I'm a yeller. Proximity chat is just. It is the cornerstone of friend slop. It is.
Dude, I mean, it makes stuff so immersive, like in so many games.
Well, in this game, like they add echoing effects if you're like in a tunnel or like a cave or whatever, and depending on like how higher up you are and everything, they add some Doppler effects. So they do a really good job with it, I think. I also know y'all probably play without fog. I think
we play with fog. The thing that rises and kills you.
Yeah, I died to the fog.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah.
I know they were...
Go ahead, Joe.
I was gonna say, like, because I was looking through the chat, and the day that y'all play this, I would have joined. Me and Bradley recorded a podcast segment video.
Which would be up. It's about Star Wars. It is maybe one of the longest videos we've ever made, by the sounds of it.
Oh my god, and that's without sharing all of my thoughts.
I think the only bigger video is gonna be like the Nintendo and JoJo's videos, but the JoJo video we recorded over like 3 sessions, so
Yeah.
crazy. But yeah, you were saying.
I don't know what was I saying.
You were saying you were looking at the chat.
I was looking at y'all's chat, and I just saw the mod list, and one of them was to turn off fog. So I'm kind of glad y'all had fog in.
Someone mentioned it. I was like, no, wait, come on. Like, the fog seems integral. Like, what would be the game without it?
Yeah.
The game is the babies.
Yeah, it would be for babies. I think it's fun. I rated it 3 stars on my backlogged.
Yeah.
I just think that, like, one, friend swap, you know, it's fun to play, but, like, I don't understand people that play this every day, but I know people that do, and, like, I just don't think there's enough meat on that bone. And I don't know. I think I'm more of a core gamer, and this is a good game for non-core gamers.
It's a good balance. I think it's a good meeting ground between the two, because, like, if I got invited to go play, I'd go play it. But I'm not gonna, like, I'm not gonna fucking mark a day off my calendar every week that this is my peak day. I have to go play peak, kind of a thing, right?
Yeah. It's because, like, my thing is, you've climbed a mountain in peak once. You've virtually done it multiple times because not that much changes between every day. It's still gonna be look at the environment, and in the plant world use vines, in the ice world find trees to hide during the blizzard. And the volcano and kiln worlds are basically just avoid lava and fire rocks, right? So it's like, the items are not that different. You got food and a couple of, like, tools and gadgets and stuff, but I feel like it's pretty easy to see the breadth of that game. But it's very fun.
Yeah, $8, that's an easy, like, I'll play this and play it whenever kind of a thing.
I would love to play this with Bradley.
I would too. I think it'd be really fun.
Make it happen, Bradley.
Yeah. I think people are probably going to play this weekend if you're free, Bradley.
Hell yeah.
Yay! Okay. Okay, we're going to do a big one. I'm moving this ahead of time a little bit because then, like, I can't do two back-to-backs with robo-Joe. So we're sandwiching Minecraft movie between these. Me and Joe have been playing Death Stranding 2 on the beach. This has been probably my most anticipated game of the year because a sequel to this game existing period was, like, not necessarily in the cards. Like, there was more we could do with the setting and more we could do with the story, but it was just such a weirdly received game on launch that I'd never thought that it would be released. And then the trailers came out and it looked fucking great. And then it was like, oh, it's coming out really soon, and here we are.
Pico.
Yeah.
Wait, how do you know?
Pico.
Shut up.
Surprise third hidden item from Tyler.
Wow.
No.
Just kidding. But I am picking it up.
I was like, don't even humor me.
No. I am humoring you. I had some coworkers that are like, you should pick this up. I was like, do I need to play the first one? They go, no. I go, wow. I know some people that would hate me for you saying that.
Yeah, that's doing you dirty. Like, can you enjoy this game? That's a good place to start. Without playing Death Stranding 1. Yes, but you are almost guaranteed to just not care about the story at all at that point, which is fine. But it like the world building and story of Death Stranding, it's not my favorite Kojima work, but it's very interesting. And I went as far as to say it was one of my least favorite Kojima stories the year it came out. But this is a Game of the Year winner, by the way, of 2020 for us. But over time, I've actually improved my thoughts on that story a little bit. Especially, I sent a video to Joe the other day that breaks the story down chronologically and just kind of reminded me of all the cool things that happens. It's the story's really good. I think it's just weirdly spread out, which also sort of happens in Death Stranding 2, where for the reputation this guy gets, you are doing so much gameplay in Death Stranding. There's such huge gaps of gameplay between each chunky story section.
Yeah, people and I know this is because I was one. People who have say Kojima games are nothing but movies either have never played a Kojima game or have only played Metal Gear Solid 4.
And even then, that game has some insanely video gamey shit. Like, his games are so video gamey, and Death Stranding 2 might be the most of them all. Did you watch that tip video I sent you, Joe? It's like 10 things you might not know about Death Stranding, and like its mechanics.
No, I did not.
I recommend watching that video because I knew almost none of them, and like, yeah, there's so much shit in the game mechanics. I just learned a new one. When you throw a blood grenade and it makes that blood mist, any projectile or bullet you fire through the blood mist gets increased anti-BT damage. Which is like, okay, that could have made some of my encounters easier.
So, I don't know where I said this yet, but we're both playing on Brutal, which is like the hardest difficulty.
Yeah.
I recommend playing on that mode. It's actually really good.
I think you almost have to, because I'll tackle it like right off the gate. There's the biggest, like, everyone's really loving this game. It's reviewing really well. But the discourse around it is a difficulty discourse, very similar to Monster Hunter. There's a weird tie between these games and when they come out. As we'll find out in Game of the Year. But Monster Hunter Iceborne was our second favorite game that year, so like it's funny that they have come out on the same year again, and they both have a difficulty discussion. And part of it in this game is the world is fucking massive. This game is so big, and to compensate for that, there's a lot of like roads that you can make or like dirt paths that you can drive a vehicle through. This also is the case for most of Death Stranding 1. You can really get around with the vehicle a lot. But in Death Stranding 1, they can't load the entire world in at once. So what they do is every couple of chapters you will have to restart from the beginning, and you will lose access. Like, you'll get to a new area, but basically you're going to load into a brand new area. You have nothing connected in that area. So you have like a very soft reboot. So there's a bit of pacing breaks where it's like, okay, now I have access to none of my vehicles, and I have to start over, and like build them all up again, and then I could do my usual like delivery route stuff. This game, because it's one big open world, any story mission, I can go to whatever neighboring Cairo location I have access to, get my truck, which is like super overpowered in this game, and it can get through almost anything. Like, you might have to take some big detours, you might have to jank it up a mountain or like a steep cliff, but like, you can sort it out in this game pretty often, and because the whole world's connected, you can do it in a lot of the main missions. And that's where a lot of people have drawn an issue to, where they were like, oh yeah, I just played most of the game in my truck, and like, I wish I didn't have to. So it's one of those scenarios where like, I'm the kind of player that, like, I would be bored if I did the same thing the entire time. And I don't actually like controlling the truck if it's, like, where you're not supposed to. Like, I don't like doing the little bunny hops through the rocky terrain with it. So I mix up, like, the vehicles I use, and I go on foot, and there's this new method of traversal, which I don't think you have unlocked, Joe, and I'm not going to spoil it. What was that?
I said probably not.
Okay, yeah, you would know it if you had. You get it in like chapter 6, and I'm assuming you're like, or no, chapter 6 or 7. I'm assuming you're coming up on it. But like this new mode of traversal is really good because it's the fastest, but you don't get the huge inventory that you get with the truck, and you can't use it in zones you don't have the chiral network in, and instead you can tie it to your back like it's a floating carrier. Which is like a really fun playstyle because it kind of forces you to go on foot, but it's also really good because like it can go on the zip lines, it can use most of the structures, so it's got its own strengths over the truck. So all to say, like, I think this game forces you to vary your playstyle because you have so many options and they almost all work. Like, you have a absolute flood of weapons and tools to use at any given time, and it's trusting the player to kind of like budget that out and go out of their way to experiment with stuff. It doesn't force you to experiment or like change up your playstyle in very many ways, which I could see as like a genuine flaw for some people where they want the game to like stop them. I can have it either way. Because Death Stranding is not like a super. It's not supposed to be a super hard game. Like DS1 is not that hard. It's got some tricky spots, and this game, like, I think this game has sharper difficulty spikes than Death Stranding 1, because I've actually died multiple times. I've failed several missions, so I think that's where brutal difficulty is really useful.
I didn't die or get voided out once in Death Stranding 1. I finally got voided out actually for the first time in this game.
Yeah, and what happens is really cool.
I was just like, oh, I didn't know that actually did things. Oops. That sucks for me.
My world is now changed.
Yes, and I think it's a very cool mechanic. And I think like a lot of people like that to happen more often, but like at the same time, it's a balance you have to make, because if it did happen way too often, people would get really upset. It's like, I can't fucking get to this place anymore because I kept getting eaten every 5 steps, right? So
I think
there's a balance.
The results of a void out heal themselves over a course of in-game time. So
interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't realize until a while, and I was like, oh, that area that I got voided out got fixed. Which is, I guess that's a nice trade-off. Yeah.
If it's a memory thing, where like at one point they have to like reallocate memory or like take that off or something. I don't know.
Maybe it's also like we don't want to like soft lock you out of stuff, most likely.
But I think there's some really cool stuff in here. I do think that the terrain is a little bit too flat, so you don't get a lot more of that interesting environmental mechanics. Like, I have not laid down a ladder or a climbing pitch in a long time, I have found. Which is a bit sad. I think also on the flip side, there's a little bit too much player generation of items. I think there's just it's, and that might be because there's a lot more people playing this game than there is at Death Stranding 1 originally.
This one I think is selling well, and
people
have bought into the idea already. So like
And so, like, I think that's part of it too, because I never feel like there are multiple times in Death Stranding 1 where I have a chiral network like unlocked, and I still had to be putting down like ladders and like climbing equipment and stuff like that, and like I saw the interact with this. Whereas like nowadays, like for Death Stranding 2, and I wasn't like day one of Death Stranding and like keeping up. I was like definitely like a week or two behind when it first came out. And I just feel like for this, I don't need to like actually like put anything up, because usually when I would put something up, someone has put something there or has put it like 5 feet to the left, right?
I will say, keep playing, because when I say this game is massive, I mean like everything's also expanded to the point where like you will have like I've used everything. There's almost nothing I haven't used or built or found like the opportunity or need. Like, hey, I could use a generator right now and there's not any near me. Let me build it. Like, as you keep playing it, those moments will happen. And once you hit chapter 8 and 9, you will be using a lot of ladders and climbing ropes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like,
I think also it's the fact that like I am so closer to the first half of the game where a lot of players will be, rather than like the second half of the game where a lot of players will have fallen off at that point, right? So
I have put down so many fucking... I think I've put down more zip lines than almost any other player and built more roads than any other player, because like I am on top of that shit. I'm getting so many likes. Everyone likes my roads. Joe's driven on my roads. I get the notifications. I'm like, hi, Joe. But like, I have had to put down a lot of shit. My chiral bandwidth is almost capped, and I'm having to like do side content to raise that cap a little bit so I can keep pushing that a little bit. And I also think, again, not abusing the truck will get you to use stuff more often. And even like when driving the truck, I'm like, I could really use a generator here or a watchtower there, etc., etc. But yeah, there's a lot of... generation.
I lose the truck when I'm like, I'm gonna stock it up on like metals and ceramics and just hit roads as I go make these deliveries, kind of a thing.
Exactly, yeah. It's that other type of vehicle I was mentioning can go in the truck. So what I do is I load the truck with a bunch of ceramics and metals. I go upgrade a structure and then I branch off from it because it moves faster than the truck. So like I split off.
Where it was like, here's like 40 boxes of like supplies you have to go deliver to this fort. I'm like, okay, I guess I'll bring the car.
Yeah.
Like,
or you can use the new system, which is the monorails, which let you carry just a shit ton of cargo all at once.
I didn't have that middle monorail connection built when I got that quest, so I had to go like to the next way station over and then get on the monorail.
Yeah. Sometimes they want you to like go build it and then start the process, which I think I think I had to do that as well. What's the last thing you remember doing?
The last main mission I did was there's a gate quake happens, you can't access your fast travel system.
Sam, this is Tom, man. The DHV Magellan's fucked.
Yeah.
Get used to it.
Yeah, and you have to like, and they're like, oh, West Fort Knot City, I think what it's called, is something for a gate quake, so you need to go repair it. So you stock up on the furthest one you've gotten to at that point with like 40 goods, load it on, and then you drive over. And then I just been kind of doing standard deliveries for like a hot minute, just kind of like in that area.
So I think that's what I want to... Pico. I don't even know if Joe knows about Pico yet. Have you met the data scientist?
No.
Oh boy. That's gotta be soon. Yeah, Tyler knows things you don't. It's very charming.
Yeah. Just save him. That's the next thing I have to do, is like save a person and then walk them to another location.
Kojima is insane. There's the animal shelter, Joe.
Yeah.
You know how there's 3 people there and only one of them talks to you?
Yeah.
That's just the entire band Churches.
No. It's not. Talk to me from that, by the way.
What?
Yeah, I've had other members of them talk to me, like they rotate for me.
Oh, maybe they have. Maybe I forgot, but like mostly the chick talks.
So here's the thing: none of the people from Churches voice those characters.
Ah, yeah, they often do that. Like Del Toro is not voicing Del Toro, for example.
Yeah, and like George Miller's not voicing George Miller either.
I love his voice actor though. He's a very soothing voice.
Like it's an interesting way of doing things. I think for Churches, I think it's a little snubbery because like they're not exactly like the biggest band on the planet or most famous people on the planet. So it's like let them voice themselves in the video game.
Okay. Are they? I think like they're not. I don't trust normal people to be voice actors. I don't think it's gonna be very good.
George Miller being voiced by an Australian. I think that's like a very interesting way of doing things. It's something I haven't seen. But then you have Léa Seydoux who voices herself.
Yeah.
Also,
she has, like,
I love her in this game. Like I think she's great.
Her little hand things, and also like she's like a little bit sus to me. I don't want to not trust her because she's like your greatest ally, but like there's something up with her and her people, and we'll see how you feel about that as you keep playing.
Gotcha. Yeah. We introduced tomorrow. I have tomorrow now. There's that really like cute scene where they're singing Raindrops, and then Sam pipes in at the end, and he's walking away. I thought that was a nice little scene.
There's so many cute scenes with the crew of the Magellan, which basically in this game you're assembling the X-Men. Like you're just getting all these like freaks with superpowers. So you haven't seen Tomorrow do the really cool thing yet.
No.
Okay, Tomorrow is very cool. Raindrops is like the theme song of the game. It keeps coming. Do you remember the first scene that has Raindrops, by the way?
It's with Lou, right?
Yeah, there's in the opening you have one with Lou, and then you have with the rainy intro, and then there's that scene. Do you have any thoughts on Tomorrow, or any guesses as to what's going on with that character?
I don't have anything. Like she has barely even spoken.
Okay.
So I've not interacted with her like much at all, other than like.
I'm gonna ask you again by the end of this chapter because I think this game has one of the most obvious or signposted twists I've ever seen.
Let's go Metal Gear 6!
To the point where it's so obvious that I can only imagine it is a, like, dummy twist to, like, fool you over for the real twist of the game. And I think
I know what you're talking about, potentially.
just keeping in mind the scenes which we've watched Raindrop, I think you can pick up what I'm putting down. And by the end of the chapter, it becomes, like, really obvious, to me at least. But what I've also heard is that people love this game's story, particularly, like, the back half, which is what happens in Death Stranding 1, where, like, the story's very backloaded. Apparently, like, this story hits for people. So, like, I have to guess that these twists are not so obvious. You've also fought Solid Snake. I was predicting something with him. His story is going places for me. Have you met Higgs yet? You have, if I'm not mistaken.
He's not, like, taking off his mask, but he's shown up in his coffin with his weirdo cult. And he's walked around.
They look really cool together.
Yeah. No, that's sick. I like him.
He's antagonisting all over the place. I love Higgs. He's actually very entertaining.
He eats the scenery for breakfast.
Yeah, he does. And, like, I just had an incredible scene with Higgs as of Chapter 9, which is where I'm at.
It's so funny because I like him a lot more in this game. In the first game, I thought he was just a little bit too cringe edgy, but this one, he's got a weird charm to him. It's like, I don't know how to describe it.
I completely agree. Like, there's just something about, like, his predicament, because, like, he doesn't feel like he has full autonomy or, like, freedom to do whatever nonsense he's doing.
Yeah, he feels like it's much more personal what he's doing than previously.
He's on a generational hater run right now. He's very intense about it. Okay, cool. I was gauging where you are. We will circle back to this. The thing is, like, the things you were talking about, like, the oversharing of tools, the terrain being too flat. The more you play, the more all of that just starts to kind of fade away. Like, there just comes moments where you get to stop and appreciate what this game is doing. And there's, it's so impressive. I'm loving this game. And the more, I also point out before your thing, standard orders will take you through routes that really have you start to, like, experiment. Yes, you can do anything anyway, but you start finding, like, all these nice ways to, like, shortcut these, like, kind of weird routes that the standard order sends you that the main missions don't send you at. So I really feel like doing the standard orders is where, like, you get a lot of the experimentation of the game. So I do recommend, like, you know, every couple of main missions, stop and do, like, 1 or 2 standard orders, and I feel like it gives you a better breadth of the game.
Yeah, whenever I feel like, this next thing I'm going to do sounds very important, I'll take a breath and, like, turn around, like, do a standard order or something. Usually, like, there's a mission where they have you backtrack to another building for whatever reason. Yeah. And that's when I'm like, I'll just do a standard order until, like, they get me right back around to where I was before. Kind of a situation.
And definitely do every suborder, because, like, they're very unique missions that also immediately give you, like, a cool new reward, which, speaking of rewards, like, I am just swimming in cool shit, bro. They do not stop. Every star I'm getting something cool and significant. I will say, most places don't have a good reason to 5-star them. So if you want to sit at 4 stars, you will get all the significant stuff that you could get from that location. I think the Lone Commander gives you a 5-star, but so far nothing else. They give you, like, bragging rights and patches and stuff, but no, like, new equipment.
The animal shelter.
Yeah. The animals are... I need to go back and check in on my zoo, and the fact that Rainy Shelter is run by her birds, I'm like, this is so charming.
So fucking funny.
Yeah.
Some Phoenix Wright shit. Okay.
For sure. Cool. You're gonna say something before I finish that thought, but you probably forgot.
I just totally forgot. Game's good. I like it.
I am vibing with it. I just keep liking it more and more, man. I'm taking so many pictures with the photo mode too.
It's hard to, like, set down once you get started. There's a lot of momentum to the game, I should say, but we should move on.
There's some days where I just straight up, like, I can't, because if I start now, I'm gonna play too much.
Yeah.
I did want to say, Tyler was like, oh, should I play this and skip the other one? I would say Tyler is much more likely to like this game because it picks up way faster. Like, it just...
Oh, yeah. Well, the other thing we didn't mention is that, like, you're actually, like, doing the combat mechanics of this game by like the first hour. Whereas like in the first game, you didn't shoot a gun until you didn't have to shoot a gun until like hour 5. And at that point, you're like, oh fuck, I forgot there's combat mechanics in this game. What do I do?
Yeah. There's a lot more combat in this game, and the bosses are really solid. Like, these are some great like third-person shooter bosses. This is better than Metal Gear Solid 5 for me because you are a much more underpowered than Snake, because the gear that you have to come into the fight is literally on your back. So you have to make concessions of like, what can I walk around with? And as you unlock more stuff, you start making like builds sort of like, this is my general loadout that like lets me handle all sorts of scenarios. If I run into BTs, I can handle them, and if I run into humans, I can handle them. So it's really good at that. But I do think Tyler would enjoy this, but just don't expect to like the story at all if you pick this game up. I am curious to see what you would think of the mechanics, because I think the strand mechanics are brilliant, and I think they're also something Bradley would really enjoy.
I just want to connect to the chiral network, man.
Yeah, man, you get it. Pecco.
Yeah.
Pecco.
Pico.
Pecco. So I saw in an interview that Kojima did about this game. So they did a beta test of the game earlier on. So like that's when like the game is pretty much done, and they're just like getting user testing and feedback on shit, make sure everything's okay. They did a beta test for the game, and they got some user feedback, and the user feedback was, the game is amazing. It's phenomenal. I love it. And Kojima goes, oh shit.
Yeah.
That's not good. We don't want them to love it. We want them to go, what the fuck is going on?
That is a very Kojima response. But then when the reviews came out and they're all glowing, he's like retweeting and he's like, tee oh. Like, he's very tsundere about it, but he does want you to like the game.
Yeah.
Oh, Joe, one more thing I was going to bring up. One thing I wish they did, they start doing it more in the chapters I got to, is limit your, like we were talking about the vehicles. There's two things I saw like a take that I really like. One, sometimes they spawn like these big tar pits that force you to abandon your vehicle. That's only happened to me once. They should be doing that more often on main missions. And two, and I think this would like solve a lot. I think if you go into an area that doesn't have the chiral network, your like battery output for vehicles should be like way increased. And I think if you wanted to, you could still drive the vehicle. You would just have to like bring your electrobiotes, like the little bugs you can eat to recharge your battery.
To throw back the MG3, but okay.
Yeah,
so funny.
Eat those mushroom snake, or you could like pack the backpack attachments that have batteries. I think that would be a good way to do it.
I think also the batteries that are attached to the side of the vehicle, I think they should take up room inside the vehicle for capacity.
True. Yeah. See, like, there's all these tweaks they could do to nerf the truck, and I think all the complaints people have with the game would basically be gone.
Yeah. Yeah. But even then, like, fuck, I'm just vibing with the game. We've talked about this way too long for two people that have not even finished the game, I feel. So.
Well, we just won't have to talk as much next time. We got the
it's true.
But we're actually doing the best time we've ever done. Like, it's actually been years.
Let's keep it going.
Tyler, Minecraft movie right now.
Oh man,
I didn't watch the full thing, but before they finally added this movie to streaming, and before we had left for like our 2-week vacation, because I was like, oh my god, we have an hour till the flight or whatever. I threw this on. I watched like maybe the first half of it. I don't. This movie's not full of love it or hate it stuff for me. It's full of like it or dislike it stuff for me. Like I don't feel too powerful about any of it. But Tyler, you actually did watch the whole thing.
Yeah. This is like, here's the thing. It's very weird to say this. I'm too old to enjoy this movie.
Oof.
But I played beta Minecraft.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It just speaks to how much Minecraft has evolved as like a thing.
It's a lot of reference the movie. I feel like there's a lot of YouTuber Minecraft references for it, and I'm like, that was during the era where people started to watch a lot of people play video games, and I was like, was watching esports, sure, but I wasn't watching people play Minecraft. I was playing Minecraft, sort of thing. So I'm not a part of that age group.
Minecraft.
It's not a bad movie, actually. Like, I've seen way worse movies. I will say there's some magic about if you go to a movie theater and he says chicken jockey and fireworks start going off in the movie theater. Probably an experience.
Actual fireworks?
Yes, actual fireworks.
Were you there? This was you?
No,
Okay.
no, this is not me.
Theory, in like 10 to 15 years, this is going to become the Rocky Horror Picture Show
Yes.
of a generation.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
absolutely.
Insane statement. But yes.
Yeah, but yeah, that's it. It's very short. Like, I don't have anything else to say other than I watched it.
I will say, like, the one thing I kind of liked about it is how unseriously it took itself.
It does take itself nuts.
Because, like, one part that got a chuckle out of me is when they're talking about this mystical orb, and they're like, yeah, that cube-shaped thing, that's the orb over there? And I was like, that's kind of funny. One part that kind of took me out of it is when Jack Black shows up, like, all the characters are about to get killed by zombies, and Jack Black shows up, and they start blasting Lil Boo Thang in the background while he's killing the zombies. And I don't know. For me, it was like, generally I prefer when a movie has an original soundtrack, but you don't always want to do that, or you can't do that because maybe, you don't have the resources to make a good one. And so, like, sometimes licensed music can fit as well as an original soundtrack can, but that particular song in that particular moment was the most just, we have to put a song that's popular right now in the movie moment for me I've ever had in a movie.
I hate that because, like, it just feels so forced sometimes.
It was so forced. I was like, if you're gonna do licensed music, I could probably think of 10 better songs that fit right now, and I'm like, I know they picked this particular one because it's popular right now, and it's popular on TikTok, and the people will know it, so...
Yeah.
Major cringe. Jack Black's... He feels like such a bad pick. I watched someone watch this movie on a YouTube video. And he just seems so bad. No one knows what Joe's saying half the time. I'm sure it was funny. But he just seems like not a good fit for Steve. And like
it's fine.
His like old guy rocker attitude does not fit like the movie. I don't know, man.
No, that is a super weird take considering that Steve has no lore, plot, personality, anything other than a few pixels for a face. That's absolutely insane.
I bet Steve has lore that none of us are privy to. I wouldn't put it past him.
No, just anyway. The best thing about the movie is in the movie, Jason Momoa plays a character who is inspired by a very famous like professional video game player from the 80s, and it was that guy who got like a bunch of high scores on like
who cheated
and shit. Yeah, who cheated.
Yeah.
And now his career and life prospects have hit rock bottom. Much like my future predictions for Jason Momoa outside of Aquaman.
Oh, come on. Jason Momoa's a great actor. He just has fun. He just has fun with it. That is a tee. All right. Final thing here, and I have like a spiel. Joe, 3 years ago, we got comfortable with the Roundabout cast. 3 weeks ago, we got hyped for a certain movie. 3 days ago, we scheduled this podcast. 3 hours ago, we started this podcast. This is a little bit off. But 3 minutes ago, we started this segment. Joe, let's talk about Superman 2025.
Yeah. Man, this is the most Superman-ass movie I've seen ever, period. Full stop.
It's like it's nearly the first real Superman movie that kind of like really gets it. And I know a lot of people like the Christopher Reeves movies, but they definitely seem like They took their own spin on things a little bit.
So have we finally outgrown the what if Superman was bad?
We're so gone from that. We are so back to good.
So like, here's the like small like secret to like Superman. It's kind of like a sci-fi story 90% of the time, which is weird to say, right? And none of the movies really got that ever.
This movie is so fucking sci-fi.
Yeah, but like it's sci-fi in the way that like sci-fi is classically written, of like how technology influences the society around it, and Superman is part of that sci-fi aspect because he is an alien from space, right?
Yeah.
And so like it's the concept of like what is this, and the Christ-like figure is obvious, right? Here's a superpowered being who chooses to save us rather than like oppress us. That's kind of like the big like hopeful moment in the whole thing. But like there's so much more to that where it's like Superman's like biggest kind of like power struggle is there are just parts of society that keeps advancing and keeps challenging him every single time, and he has to like also keep up but also keep society's like morality up to the advancement they are making. That's kind of like the big like world of Superman in Metropolis, essentially. And being constantly opposed by Lex Luthor, who finds that Superman being Superman is actually the opposite of what's happening there, right? Like it's because he is out of this world, he is actually proving that mankind is weak.
Yeah, he sees the worst in Superman possible, and he sees the worst in himself as reflected through Superman.
Yes. Yeah. And that's why like All-Star Superman is like a big like key point of this story. It's one of the reasons why I love All-Star Superman. I want you to like. So that's like the one comic I want you to read is that run. It's so good.
I believe it because this movie is inspired by it, right? Like pretty deeply.
I would say it's probably like 1/10 inspired by this. It's got the vibes, but it doesn't hit the themes of that movie. But Superman has one line in this whole movie, and as soon as he said like, "That's all I needed," and
he looks at humanity and goes, "You lacked worthy opponents."
I'm curious what the line is. I'm thinking like we can get a little bit more spoilery when we send Bradley off. I specifically put this as the last one so we could shed Bradley if we need to.
It's not even like it's not even like showcase. He's lying on the floor and he says it very quickly to a character.
Is it what the hey, dude?
No, it's there's always a way.
Okay.
That's the only line I need Superman to say.
Is that a line directly from All-Star?
It's the theme of All-Star Superman. There's always a way. And man, that character he's with, what a fucking pick in the Superman mythos. That's like a crazy ass pick to bring in.
Yeah, he looks so weird in the images I've seen from online, but I'm like, I've seen him at the comic book shops that I play at, and I'm just like, that's a wild. I mean, you gotta go deep now. You know?
For sure.
Wait, how does Tyler know what you're talking? Did you watch this, Tyler?
No, it's all over the internet. I'm not uncultured.
Yeah.
Well, Superman's with like 1,000 characters in this movie. How do you know the one that Joe's talking about right now?
What's this guy's face?
Yeah, he's the guy with the T on his face.
Nope, not that guy.
Oh.
Okay. I know who you're talking about, Joe. It is it's Element, yes?
Yes.
Okay,
That's not his superhero name, but yes, that guy.
I'm just throwing words out that you would know, but yes.
Yeah. Super good. Like also like the structure of this movie is it's different, I would say, right? Like
and it's something that like reviews coming out before the movie, particularly like Cosmonaut Marcus's, had me a little worried because he was like the structure of the movie feels like you're watching like 4 Superman stories. And they're kind of coalescing into like a climax a little bit, but they feel like there's breakpoints in between the stories. And I was like, oh, is this going to feel a little weird? And even the movie kicks you off so deep into a conflict. Like, it just throws you into this world.
So deep you missed it. Like, it's already...
The thing is, I don't understand that as a criticism to the movie because you carry on from that conflict so immediately. Like, it's like you missed the first half of it, but you're there for the second half of that conflict, and like it's just a really cool way to start this movie. The opening crawl is like something I've seen people talk against. It kind of gives me goosebumps thinking on it, because Joe, did you notice that there's a increment of time missing in that opening crawl?
It goes, what was it?
It goes like 300, and then 30, and then 3 years, and then it goes like 3 weeks, 3 minutes, 3 seconds.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I know what you're describing now, right? Yeah.
Yes, it's missing another very significant moment in Superman's life that is kind of revealed at the end of the movie, and I thought, oh, that's just really sweet, and like it just really recontextualizes that opening crawl as like really setting a stage of like how this superhero got here and what's making him who he is.
Yeah.
And there's just a lot. There's a lot to say. I love this movie. I was a little worried going in because some people.
I was worried for you because I was just like, man, I really like this movie, and I would really like if we really like this movie, but there's a chance.
So my thing with Superman, I think Superman's kind of lame. That guy who's like Superman's just this like strong, like overly strong kind of personality, boring kind of character. And I know you and Bradley have gone and told me it's like, no, there's like a lot of cool aspects to this character, but he's never been adapted in that way. Even animated series Superman, like Justice League Superman, he's like whatever for me in those. Like he's fine, but he's never like that guy.
In those, yeah.
And to me, in my mind, Superman and Monkey D. Luffy should be in the same category. Like, I'm not gonna like Superman more than Luffy because I'm like a huge fan, but they should be the same kind of character for me, and they never have been. I'm so happy to say that they're finally there. Like, I see so much of Luffy, Joy Boy, Nika in the way that this movie portrays Superman as just this ultimate symbol of hope, which is exactly what I loved about how Batman is portrayed at the end of the Batman 2022, which creates like this really nice 1-2 punch of like the dark side and the light side of hope between these two movies, which now they're some of my favorite superhero movies ever. So like that's awesome. And James Gunn does have a direct link to my heart. He's very stupid, he's very goofy, but he's incredibly sincere about the stories he's trying to tell. And
earlier we were talking about Ironheart, and I think Willer was like, "Man, the MCU's just been missing for me," and I was like, MCU, DCU, I'm going wherever James Gunn's going.
I am a fanboy. Like not all his jokes land. Like, he does some silly things, like, let's talk about Taserface for, like, 4 minutes, like, haha, anyways, let's move on. But then you get to the scene where fucking Yondu dies. And, like, for example, in Guardians, like, okay, yeah, never mind, this is peak, like, you made me feel something. I don't cry in movies. We talked about, like, me getting teary at video games, some manga before. Movies never get that reaction from me, usually. There's a scene with Pa Kent in this movie that had me like really holding back tears in the theater. Like it was. Yeah. Pa Kent is so good in this, and so is Ma Kent. But like I think he gets the runaway line in conversation with Clark in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, I am so glad that those two characters act like and look like and sound like actual like people,
just good-hearted rednecks, you know, just like living out in the farmland.
And like, it's because those are always characters like, oh, we should have that be like an A-list star that we can like bring in and kind of add a little more star power to the movie. But like, it feels so good that they're just kind of people, and they are people, or they just look like people, like. You know? And
like, I hate the Snyderverse movies, especially the portrayal of Superman. I will say only one thing, okay? I'm not going to rag on them. The Pa Kent death scene in Man of Steel, that shit is so ass. Like, one of the worst things I've ever seen put to screen. And just a complete role reversal that this character and his dynamic, like, it's beautiful, man. And even then, like, and then Marquette's like, I washed your boots, like, go get him, Tiger. Like, oh, it feels so good. I've seen this picture of, like, a little soy jack muscly guy getting filled with a syringe that says hopium. I've seen that image tossed around for when this movie was going to come out, and this movie fills you with hopium. I'll try to find it for those who don't know. I want to say Clark is great. What's it, Dave something Sweat? Soren?
Sweet.
Corn Sweet is perfect in this role. Like, he gets the dorkiness of Clark, but he also gets, like, when Superman needs to be serious, like, he has a completely different voice.
It's so funny, and I don't know if you thought this word, but, like, he looks bigger as Clark Kent in his, like, his white shirt and his button up his pants than he does in his Superman outfit. Does that make sense?
He is bursting out of that suit.
Yeah, and, like, I think that's very intentional where they make Clark look so much more bigger and Superman so much more leaner.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Superman looks sleek in the suit. The suit fits him really well.
Like, Kent is, like, wandering around the planet, and she's just like, oh, let me not knock this thing down, and yada, 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 kind of a thing.
I really like that first scene of him at the Bugle, and he's, like, messing around with, what's his name?
Yeah. Jimmy Olsen or Lombardi. Jimmy
Olsen, a.k.a. Pussy Magnet 3000. Such a funny fucking character, man. I'll say also this has a lot less jokes than I think the average James Gunn movie. People are saying it's too jokey. Like,
no,
is it? Like, there's a good amount of jokes, but it's like, it's just kind of a sweet vibey movie for a vast majority of it.
One, like, kind of dud joke for me, and that's the garage door one.
Like, it kind of worked. I don't know. It went so long that it kind of wrapped around to being kind of funny.
I think Jimmy Olsen's great. The fact that that's the thing about James Gunn is like, let me just take these obscure or, like, usually, like, we're gonna throw this out in the editing room kind of, like, characters or, like, aspects of like a superhero character or a story, and we're actually gonna, like, bring it to the forefront. Jimmy Olsen is one of those. That's been, like, in every Superman line ever is Jimmy Olsen, Superman's best friend, and him coming up as being the forefront of this has been great.
I saw a funny tweet, I think by Cosmonaut Marcus, and I think he said something to the effect of, like, the Jimmy Olsen show or, like, TV show is just gonna be Love Island. And I was like, that's perfect.
It's gonna be Play Finds Love.
Yeah, something like that. You were like, Willer, I think you're gonna be a Mr. Terrific stan. I think he's great. He's super cool.
Yeah.
No one's ever really looked cooler ever. To be honest, like, he's just got a swagger to him, and his jacket goes so hard. What the fuck? Why does it have to go so hard for, like, such a, like, his personality is very muted, but the way he dresses is so loud.
Yeah.
The Justice Gang in general are great.
Oh, man, that's the other thing. There's a building in the movie. I was like, I cannot fucking believe they put that building in the movie.
Is it involving Lex?
It involves the Justice Gang where they're hanging out. Do you know what that building is?
I don't think I do. Is it
It's
the hall?
Yeah, it is.
It was, right? Okay, but, like,
it's yeah.
Okay.
Which is crazy because that's like 1932 shit. Like that hasn't been done in almost a decade.
Really?
Almost a century at this point. Yeah.
Dude, the Suicide Squad video game uses that building. That's a very random poll. Then I thought it was more common than it is. Also, I think the Injustice video games also has that building. Interesting.
Cool, but, like, not in, like, a mainstream like I don't think even in comics they do it. They just do, like, the Watchtower or whatever.
Yeah. I guess it makes sense because they're not the Justice League; they're the Justice Gang. I'm sure we'll get there in the subsequent movies. I do want to say my second favorite character, Clark is my favorite here. Lois Lane is so fucking perfect in this movie. Like, way to take a character that I feel like could so easily be boring or naggy or annoying and just, like fine-tune every aspect of that character, in my opinion, where, like, she's so likable, but she challenges Clark Kent and, like, really interesting ways, and the point of their relationship that they're in is also a very interesting one to navigate. The chemistry with them is off the goddamn chain. Like, Superman's horny for that woman. Like, that guy fucks.
Yeah. It's like it's a relationship where it's like the make or break moment, right? Where it's like this is either going to be a thing or it's not going to be a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I really like their big scene there near the end. Thought it was great. And then Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor is so good.
The scene, like, let's play Flowchart Ultraman.
Oh, dude, that shit's great. Like, we talked about how Higgs from Death Stranding has hater energy. You know who has even greater hater energy? Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor makes the most disgusted faces imaginable in this movie. He cannot stand the fact that Superman exists and that people look up to him. Like, you can feel it through the performance that he's seething about it. Like, it really comes through. It's so well done.
It's like he's played has been leading up to this point to play Lex Luthor. Like, it's just like if he feels so good, it feels like Lex. Like it's like he gets it. It's like Lex is like Jesse Eisenberg's Lex is just so. It's so blasé.
We said we weren't gonna try. We don't even need to talk about those movies anymore. But man, that shit is ass.
Yeah, but it feels like he's missing a point of Lex that I can't pinpoint. Whereas Nicholas Hoult feels like he's covering all of his bases. Like, I am going to kill Superman. I'm also just going to try and get a little bit more out of this than necessary. But this is my ultimate goal. Like, it's still personal.
There's a line that he says that really breaks down how badly he wants to kill Superman, and I thought it was really well done.
And like it's so good. And I really like. He's obviously gonna stick around. Like, I think he'll be definitely the next one. I'm hoping for like I have two dreams. The first dream is we get the prison scene from All Star Superman, in which Clark Kent is giving an interview to Lex Luthor, or like is getting an interview from Lex Luthor because he's on death row. But there's shit going down at the prison, so he has to save Lex while still being Clark Kent. So he's making it all look like accidents and like other shit as well. It's so good.
Speak.
The other one is hopefully we get World's Finest, and that's a Batman and Superman versus Lex Luthor Joker combo.
Oh my god, I need to see Robert Pattinson and David Soren Sweat or whatever act together.
Yeah.
I think it'd be so good. And we were saying, like, it doesn't really work out with the way it's established right now, but Joe had a good idea of, like, after Batman Part 2 or Part 3, if that's, like, the final one, just pluck them right in there. The problem is, they're not going to go that many years without a Batman, right? Like, I doubt it. So they're going to cast some other schmo who's probably going to be perfect because the casting is really good. Just a couple other things worth mentioning here. Like, I was on board from the movie since the start, and it moves really fast, so I totally get why this movie doesn't work for people. Like, it's one of those where, like, I love it, but I can critically see where people, like, might have been overwhelmed by just how much this movie is trying to do.
I think in our chat, I made like a Superman symbol out of 10 in my like review because it's like I don't want to give it a value because any value doesn't do it justice, but I also don't think it's a perfect movie. Like, I definitely feel like there's some dialogue that's a bit blunt in the world building. Like, at the end, they're like, "Oh, we have to go to a red sun to get drunk." Kind of. It's like, okay, that's a little bit too like on the nose, and there's some other lines like that as well. But at the same time, it's just like everything else in the world building and the cast itself is just so perfect. It feels that like I can overlook it, but I still think there's just it takes away a little bit from the movie as a whole.
I gotta give it a either strong 4.5 or an incredibly flawed 5 because like incredibly flawed might be strong, but like I can critically see where this doesn't work. It just made me so happy. Like I couldn't I got home and I couldn't stop thinking about like how good that movie made me feel, kind of thing.
I got home and then contemplated going tomorrow.
Yeah,
to go see it.
I think I want to go rewatch it, to be honest. Like it's there. I need Bradley to watch this expeditiously.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
Oh
Yeah.
man, you may not like it. Again, like it moves really fast. There's like
I'm gonna watch it and I'm gonna hate it. It's gonna suck.
but like even there's parts of it that are impossible for you to hate. I will say that.
Mm-hmm.
Also, like the camera work and the like cinematography, really good. Like they never let a scene just be like a boring conversation scene. Like James Gunn has personality to the way he shoots these things, which is like, you know, something that some other studios might be lacking these days. But
It just reminded me of the scene, like in the climax, where we look into the Daily Planet and everyone's running around except for like 3 characters, and I'm like, that's the most comic book ass scene I've seen in a long time.
they've been through this shit before, you know. It's got that vibe.
Yes, that's so good.
I saw some people say Superman feels too weak in this movie, and I was like, oh yeah, that's probably why I like him then.
Yeah,
because he felt like the strongest person at any given time, but like the world and the situation doesn't allow him
yeah,
to, you know, be free. And like
yeah,
that's overall like the theme of this movie. Like in a cynical world, being a good, kind person is the most punk rock thing you could do, and that's the real takeaway from this movie. And it's just such a feel
To
good
me, that's
message.
like literally the point. That's why I've always liked the character. Is because to me, that's just the point.
yeah.
Then
For
you're-
sure.
Then the overall theme and story of this movie are totally up your alley.
Let's
Yeah.
fucking go.
And just the little closing thing, Hot Girl is 1, very attractive, and 2, her screeching is very entertaining. She's sick, and I am looking forward to seeing more of her.
Mutant toes.
Why why is Guy Gardner so good in this? He has no right.
I'm so glad Nathan Fillion has potentially an actual recurring like role in a superhero film, like, or series franchise.
That Lantern show is gonna go hard, I think.
Yeah, because he's and like Guy Gardner's a hard sell, especially with his bowl cut.
Looks so
But-
stupid.
So stupid. But like Nathan Fillion does just enough of like the asshole jackassery, but at the same time, you're like, okay, but this guy actually does care for people.
There's
and like,
just enough heroism here, and then, like this is also a story of like Superman reminding people like the real values of heroes. Even the heroes need to be reminded by Superman a little bit of like what it truly means to have their role.
Yeah.
And actually, Guy Gardner was involved in the second scene of the movie that almost made me cry, which I did not expect. So that was
Yeah.
cool.
So Hot Girl, yeah, I liked her. I hope we see more of her later. But
Yeah.
she's a lot more, she's less significant, but like at the same time, it's like, I think you've got the jive. I guess like
Yeah,
it's like
I
For
got
sure.
everything I needed. There's a lot of characters in this movie, so like
yeah.
I just needed her
Yeah.
to screech and fly at people.
God, that screech was horrid, like
So
like
sick.
horrifying. Yeah.
It's so sick. I love
Yeah.
it.
I'm
Well,
trying
yeah.
to think what else there is. But
Those
yeah,
are-
I just
The major
Great
touch
movie.
points for me: the casting great, action good, cinematography great, story fantastic. Go watch it. Go watch Superman.
the last thing I want actually from this whole Superman stuff is we get the World of Cardboard speech at once, or at least something. Like,
Oh yeah, even I know that one.
yeah, like
and
it's just like
And he would deliver it so well because he has kind of like he has a line, he has a retort to Lex at a certain point.
yeah,
And you know what I really like about that retort? It does not feel rehearsed. Like, it feels like emotions welling out of him that he was not prepared to say out loud in the
Yeah.
heat of the moment, especially the way that it's
Also-
acted.
there's I think it's the same scene, but he's like really angry because he's looking for something, right?
No, the one I'm saying is at the end of the movie.
Okay.
But I know
Yeah,
what
okay.
you're talking about.
There's the scene where he's really angry, and like he does a great job of like he's angry, but he's not coming off as childish, or if that makes sense.
He's controlled. It's controlled anger. Like he's
Yeah.
keeping it reined in a very
He's-
Superman-esque way.
Yes, but also like you still get that sense of like, wow, he's actually fucking pissed. Like you can just feel it.
Yeah.
And then you have Nicholas Holt just
With the coffee
Totally.
mug, just
Yeah.
chewing up the scenery.
I just want to keep praising Nicholas Holt. I just love his Lex. It's so good.
And like
It's
Nicholas Holt does one of the most horrific villain acts I've seen in a superhero movie in this
Yeah.
movie.
If
Oh, man, and also that it's really early in the movie. There's a scene where Lex and his henchmen are together doing something, and he's walking with this swagger of like confidence that like I'm in the middle of danger and I am in zero danger at the same time. There's just something about it. Like I want to punch his fucking face so bad. James Gunn's really good at that because he did that in Guardians 3, the last good Marvel movie ever. He did that with the main villain, who is Mr. Terrific in this movie, so he really likes working with him. Did you not realize that? Yeah.
no, I just didn't make that connection.
Yep. Yeah, he really likes working with him, and Mr. Terrific's gonna get a show too. Supergirl's gonna be a great movie. I can already tell.
They already announced that, right?
Yeah, they announced it a
Yeah.
while ago, but like you get a little bit of a hint of what that movie might be like in this. But
Yeah.
okay, you know what? We're wrapping up here. That's good for Superman ending at a perfect time. Bradley, go watch it. Tyler, you gonna go watch this?
No.
I didn't expect it.
No, see, this is a special movie, so I'm gonna go watch it at our special theater, which is like, it's this one where they give you like your blankets and pillows, and it's not even rows of seats. You get like a pair of seats with a wall around you, so you don't have to be around other people. I'm splurging on this one.
You should. It's crazy that Tyler will go watch Captain America: Brave New World, but not a fresh,
That
exciting
was
movie.
free and paid for by work.
Okay, all right. Well, you know what? That's
That
fair.
changes
Try
things.
it. And you try it again.
I mean, you still went and put time to go do it. So the joke's on you. I didn't watch
I
that
got to
movie.
leave
I'm
work
winning.
early for it.
Okay, all right. I tried. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.